Grimace.
So make sure he's around.
Happy birthday, Grimace.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
Grimace.
Happy birthday, Grimace.
Happy birthday, Grimace. Welcome to Hive Scum, the grim and gritty podcast for the 28 community. We are big fans of Grimace over here.
Grimace.
We love Chat Pile.
What's that?
Nice. There you
What
go.
is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
GrimaceSmokingWeed.jpg.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
My
I'll
friend
pull it up.
interviewed Chat Pile one time for their zine.
I don't know what chat pile is.
Band. Well, I don't know. Maybe you'd probably know like the album covers and stuff.
Maybe.
But yeah, welcome to Hive Scum. We're back. This is episode number 10. We should, before I forget, tell you who we are. I'm Terry. I'm stone.jaw on Instagram.
You have to think about that?
What? Like my name?
Yeah.
Well, for a second.
Yeah. I'm Phil.
It's been a
Blood
long
transfusion.
weekend.
I'm Steve at South of Heaven.
And I'm Gage at No Clear Coat.
Got some big news today. It being episode number 10, and we kind of talked about this a little bit last time, but when this episode comes out, by the time this episode
By
comes
the
out,
time it hits the airwaves.
we will actually have a Patreon. After all of our jokes about the $500 tier Patreon, we're finally coming out with an actual real Patreon for people.
And there's going to be a $500 tier.
Is there? I mean, yeah, there's going to be a $500 tier.
Yeah.
Oh
Subscribe now.
Yeah, so what we're doing, we had always thought about doing it when we got to episode 10, but right now we're looking for a space, and the space will be multi-use. I mean, a big part of it will be to record the podcast, but also a large part of that will be to have people come and like have a space that we just have dedicated for people to come and play and hang out and,
DIY, Haven, Art
Yeah.
Studio,
Create, kit bash, paint,
noise shows.
games,
play video games.
TV, Blade playing on it at
Yeah.
all time.
No matter what. Phil's going to...
Dude, I won't need an apartment anymore.
Phil's going to live there.
Phil will live
Sorry,
there.
Brandon.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so some of the Patreon, we do actually have legitimate tiers. It's not just all $500 tiers. So we'll have a $1 tier.
Yeah. I mean, we
Well,
don't have to go into
yeah.
the specifics, yeah.
But yeah, you'll just get extra content. You'll get...
There's going to be a free option, so you don't have
Yep.
to pay money.
And you'll get like some deals on merch and some different things through there. And we'll have it all listed up on Patreon. But we just wanted to let you guys know right at the top of the pod that's coming at you and that you can find that. Patreon.com, you can find us over there.
I just want to definitely point out the fact that it is not expected. It is It is just to benefit the situation of a space, to benefit the recording studio, so we don't have to hop from house to house every week.
Which would be clutch.
Would be very clutch. But yeah, there will be a free tier so you can kind of see what we're working on, the lore stuff that we're doing, just nerding out about, just like a blog essentially.
Yeah, and then it'll just be, I mean, I don't know. We had always talked about it being episode 10, so it's like, it was bound to happen. It was
Time
nice.
to do it.
Yeah, it was nice that we got ourselves in gear, and now we're ready to go.
All the extra stuff you wanted, the stuff you guys have asked for, it'll be there and available. Longer episodes.
Yeah.
All the extra silly stuff that we get up to that you guys don't get to hear. It'll all be on there.
Yeah, that'll be a big part of it, because obviously we're a podcast, so you'll get tons of extra content over there. Anyways, moving on. Phil,
Moving on.
what you been doing? What you been up to in the studio?
Yeah, Phil. What
In
have
the
you been doing?
studio? Not much at all. I think 2 weeks ago I started base coating a monster, and that is it. That's the most recent thing I've done.
Well, that's not true. You've been GMing for
I was gonna
Age of
say.
I've been doing a little bit of work on that. Yeah, getting everyone's games ready to go.
I mean, that's like a huge undertaking.
It is. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
But
It's
like,
been awesome.
yeah, every time I've heard about one of the scenarios that you've come up with, it's like, wow, that's really cool.
yeah. So far, the two of them, the two games that have been played, seem like they went pretty okay. I was really anxious about making sure it was a good experience for both players, and so
I had fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved mine.
Yeah.
After
Well, you guys both.
what we've been doing,
You
we
guys
can
both
probably,
won yours.
Yeah, we could probably dive into it a little deeper after.
Yeah. But other than that, not a lot of tangible physical goods. I would like to go get a little bit of painting done tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of shape I'm in after this. Podcasting takes a lot out of me.
Yeah, and then once you go celebrate Grimace's birthday with
Happy
him,
birthday,
Yeah,
Grimace.
yeah.
you don't know how that's going to affect you. Yeah,
It's
happy
true.
birthday, Grimace. Yeah, so I mean, Phil, that's like a huge undertaking, though, just doing all of that background work. And I hope that we do pop into that later.
Oh, I'll make sure of it.
Because that's like, should be a big part of this.
I'll raise a red flag.
Yes, please do. Get the
Raise
red
the
flag.
flag.
Get the red flag ready.
Steve, what have you been doing?
Steve is now typing on a computer, so he's replaced his models that he works on live. Where
I'm
now
getting
he's doing
you
paperwork.
guys organized for this episode.
He's paying his taxes now live on air.
Live on air.
I paid my taxes already. We didn't pay
Yeah,
the
I
Evan
guess-
tax yet, though. Hi, Evan.
Oh yes, okay,
That's
sweet.
true. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Evan, real quick? Evan Tax?
His beautiful smile.
Dude, you
and
can't
his
say that
pink
because I
eye.
was going to say that.
Well,
I don't know. Has
said it.
anyone ever said to him? I think all the time this motherfucker just looks like Fred Durst.
Well, no, he knows that.
Oh, really? I say,
does.
especially when he wears a. I mean,
He wears
even
the red
with-
hat every time.
the
Even,
red
no,
hat.
but even without the red hat, he looks like. Fred
I'm going to
Durst,
say,
kind
I
of.
think that was said to him by someone at Adepticon.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
of his
Absolutely.
red hat.
I hope he doesn't take offense to that.
No, Fred Durst rocks.
Fred Durst rules.
Yeah, so
not
does
as
Evan.
much. Not as much as Evan though.
Yeah, you
No,
think
definitely
Evan
not.
definitely rocks more.
I paid the Evan tax today. I bagged up his order for the Hive Scum shirts.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Thank you, literally everyone, for blowing our expectations out of the water with buying shirts
Yes.
and random shit. You guys rock.
Insane.
Especially to Evan.
Yeah, mostly to Evan, but everybody else, you're like kind of the second tier of thank yous for grabbing one of those shirts.
Yeah,
And-
no, that was very sick. Packing them was not fun, but it was very cool that you guys all picked those up.
And thank you, Steve, for packing them up.
I did that today. That was my
Shout out to Under the Dice for packing those up for us.
that was my chore for the day.
And Steve, once you're done with your taxes, though, what have you been paying?
Painting. Well, today I packed up orders.
Yeah.
I've been working on my Ogre Maw tribe for Path of Glory. That's been pretty sick. Been working with a lot of gouaches.
Gouaches. G-wash.
G-wash. I'm just going to call it G-wash.
You could call it that.
G-wash. Yeah, I've been working on G-wash on all my ogres, repainting them because the old paint that I had on them sucked. So I'm
Now-
repainting them.
I've been thinking about. Gage also wants to say something. I've been thinking about the. Is it a giant that has the kind of cathedral?
He has like a little cupola on his head.
That's
He
a
didn't do
giant, right?
anything last game, but yeah, that is a giant.
What a cool model.
Well, he got in there. Everything was dead by the time he got in.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything.
Oh, he came in like from reserve, like sort of stomped in from the
No,
sidelines.
but by the time he made it,
Oh, because he's just so slow?
No,
Oh, he's getting
fast.
bogged down.
No, there was Brandon put a big unit of skinks in the way to
Yes.
block him, so I charged them with something else, and they just died.
Oh, and,
And
then
then
they were
Steve
your
really
way. I
took
see.
Brandon to task.
Nice.
Their game didn't go. Did it even go 3 turns? Was it the top of 3?
Top
when he
of 3,
fled?
he fled.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to take Brandon down a peg or two.
Gage and Sam's, I think, went
He's a
all
pro
5
player.
technically.
Bottom of 5, yeah.
You know, Brandon has been talking a lot of crap about
Yeah.
his lizards, and you know, someone had to put him in his place.
He
Always
has not
talking
been
about his
talking
lizard.
crap. That's you're making that up.
No, I played him one time before.
Pre-new codex, though.
Yeah, but it was not fun. That
you-
remember that
yeah.
that 2v2 game we played,
Yeah.
and we got.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Decimated.
I
That was
got
not
I got
fun.
fucking destroyed every time I played his old list.
And I think I've always kind of just held that against him and just
You've held it against
like your stupid
Seething
lizards.
hatred.
Yeah,
Literally, since the new Lizard rulebook come out, put him on blast. But this motherfucker has not won a single game with the new.
it just shows the kind
shit,
of
really?
player he is. I'm gonna pick up
stop
lizards.
it.
I'm gonna start winning with them.
Yeah, no, I mean I've seen them do really good stuff. I feel like the spellcaster ones are a little overrated. I would rather
see
just
how
take.
Ian does.
Bring the
We'll
ass
see.
eaters.
Well, it'll be Ian's first game of Age of Sigmar is going to be against me, so we'll have to see.
Ian's playing Lizardman
Bring
too?
him to town.
Really?
Yeah.
He is? That's kind of cool. I thought you would be playing Giants.
He was. I wrote a whole scenario for me versus Giants, and then Ian was like, "Oh, hey, I'm switching to Lizardman."
Ian.
Totally not Ian. Steve, though, going back to your Giant, it looks amazing.
Thank you.
Like the cathedral. What is the head? Like, how did you do the cage for the head?
That is Paul, Mordheim Paul gave us some of the Gardens of Moor kits, which very generous of him. But that it was to work on Nemo, and I had some left over in a box, and I cut the chapel top off one of them. And I just jammed it over.
I didn't even
the
realize
side.
it's the top of that.
Yeah,
Because I used the whole thing on
on the tank.
my last war tank.
yeah, no, it's just this top steeple of one of those Garden of Moor little chapels.
Damn, I'm gonna do that now.
It's fucking sick.
It was very funny to be at the Battle Standard, like painting up at the table, and there's like a guy who's like, "I just got a new box of Space Marines. What chapter am I going to make them?" And then you have Steve over there, and he's working. He has gouache. He has this like weird kit bash like cathedral head model with like chains hanging off of it and stuff, and he's like, I'm just wet blending colors over here. He's just being real manic, and the other kid is just like, what is going? Who are these people?
Is that the kid that you had extra green stuff left over?
Oh yeah.
I was like, hey, anyone want this green stuff? Like I rolled too much, and they're like, I don't know how to use that. Which
I've
no
never
shame,
seen-
but it was just
Yeah.
like, oh, no one here wants this.
bro. Give that guy a cape.
Yeah, right.
Do you remember your first green stuff cape?
Mine? Dude, you know what sucks? My first green stuff cape came out way better than the one I actually put on the model I was using it for.
That's very
Like
fun.
my test model came out way better than the actual one.
Sometimes it just like comes down like messing with green stuff. It's like all about timing.
Yeah.
If you get the timing right, you can make that cape look real nice with really low effort. But if you don't wait, it's bad.
Yeah. Dude, green stuff rocks.
It does rock. Shout out the sponsor of the podcast,
Green
Green
Stuff
Stuff.
World.
Green Stuff World. Are they bad? Are they
I don't
bad?
know.
Aren't they?
Some people
I mean,
said
I
they're
don't
bad.
care.
I don't know
Still
why.
buy
They,
stuff.
they stole
Yeah, they steal art.
all the time, yeah.
Yeah, they're very cool about stealing art.
Stealing art.
Big fans.
But yeah, besides the giant, just been painting ogres, and me and brother Jacob over at the firehouse are gonna play some Warhammer tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah!
Get the Path of Glory
He does
going.
Stormcast.
No, he's playing Grots. He does have an obscene amount of Stormcasts, but he also has a very big pile of Grots.
Just like goblins. Like
Yeah.
nice.
He also has. He plays both lists though. He's like, yeah, I just want to be able to do whatever I want.
Oh,
with
hell
them.
yeah.
So he has a shit ton of Troggots and then a shit ton of Grots.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he used the trolls and then Stormcast Eternals.
No,
in the
that'd be
same
sick,
list.
though.
Yeah, just like real open play shit. Yeah, that would rock. Just like having some weird lore where it's just like these Stormcast trolls.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
Be cool.
Gage, what you been working on?
My inquisitorial warband for the Hondius event.
I gotta get on mine.
Yeah. I printed off some like Necromunda adjacent bases, and I found some old. A lot of people are going to be upset at this, I'm sure. A lot of old metal great swordsmen, and they're the perfect like Scarface style shooting a gun pose. Once you throw like a las gun or something in there. So I got one with a flamer, one with the las gun. Some other Empire guys that just threw las guns on with old knight heads. It's sick. I love meshing those two worlds together.
Did you roll your units up for it, or did you just bash stuff?
I just bash stuff.
Okay.
Well, the real reason I wanted to do this is because I've been just obsessing over the Pilgrim event and all the White Dwarves I've been reading about, and I wanted
Pilgrim event? What's that?
John Blanche ran an event about this Pilgrim event. The wires were there. I can't tell you shit about it now because I'm on the spot. But
Yes, got him.
poser.
We got him.
The-
I knew I was
Ladies and
gonna get him.
gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
we'll hold on. I scanned every single one of them so I could read it while I was on the plane.
Oh, nice.
I'll just read all 18 articles for you right now.
Thank you. To the real Hive Scum reading
Yeah,
from
yeah.
old Blanchitsu articles.
Yeah.
Not a bad pod though. That'd be pretty good.
I would listen to it.
At the heart of the story that is the Pilgrim itself, a being of supreme psychic might, yet still but an infant, the Pilgrim has been brought to the soil of Terra by Lord Castor Margrave. The mysterious power could prove instrumental in the plots of those who scheme on the soils of Terra, from strange gutter cults to factions of the Inquisition possessed by seemingly incredible belief that they might use the Pilgrim to unshackle the God Emperor from his golden throne.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but pretty much it's just a Zorn-obsessed color palette of all these different crazy-ass AdMech armies, or warbands.
I'll make one.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the event happened 5 years ago, but
When we get that Hive Scum time machine, we'll be there.
that's it. Thanks to the Patreon.
Nemo
Thanks to the
24
Patreon.
is going to feature the Pilgrim 24 event.
John Blanche will come out. But so I've been working on that. Actually, I did watch. I can't remember the video, but I wanted to Zenithal my guys with orange and then yellow.
Nice.
So like orange base and then yellow on top.
yeah, why not?
To like just really force me into those colors.
Totally.
So we'll see. I'm pretty stoked on how they're coming out though.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much been it.
Yeah, I've had no problem doing like. I think it's actually like pretty sweet to do like the 2X Rusto colors.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely more satin than the primer, which is like kind of a bummer. But once you paint over it, it's like you still kind of see that orange come through on the skin.
You can also just matte clear coat it before you paint.
That's true too. I never even thought about that. Yeah, you could just like prime it and then just throw some matte
My
clear
mind
coat
is
on
blown.
it, which I need a new can, but
Dude, let's go to Home Depot after this.
No, you have to go to Hobby Lobby for dull coat.
Dude.
No, we have to go to McDonald's for Grimace. Happy birthday, Grimace milkshake.
Happy birthday, Grimace.
I'm not gonna lie, I would definitely do that after this.
I'm doing it even if I do it alone.
what flavors are these Grimace? Are they lavender?
Supposedly berry.
I've heard
that makes sense.
Every person I've heard post about it or do anything just from the memes of Chat Pile, which we're gonna have to show you, Phil. Everyone says
there are chat pile
memes about
Grimace's
birthday.
McFlurry or
Yeah.
milkshake.
Everyone says it sucks ass.
Well,
Sam is the only person to say it was good.
There's a
I have very low standards for anything I put in my body, so I'll probably love it.
There's a Grimace birthday meal deal where you get a Big Mac.
I think you
a
can only
Grimace
get it in
milkshake.
the meal.
Oh, you gotta get
that's
the whole
even
meal.
sicker because I want a Big Mac.
There you go.
Dude, that's
You get one
I
too,
don't.
and then I'll eat your Big Mac.
Yeah, all right.
That's sick.
And I can't eat anything in the meal, but
Will you eat 2 Big Macs?
I would definitely fuck up 2 Big Macs.
All right, because I don't want a big. You said you have to get the whole thing.
I didn't say that.
you gotta
Gage
eat
said
3
that.
Big Macs.
no, you have to get the meal in order to get the milkshake. I
Yeah,
believe.
and I'm saying all I want is the milkshake.
Okay, well, there you go. Someone's getting an extra Big Mac.
Yeah, we'll figure this out.
I mean,
That's
I'll put
actually
that. I'll
pretty exciting.
freeze my Big Mac.
This is just. Do you
Yeah.
remember last night when I opened
Keep
my
it for a
phone
year.
to try and find a notes app so we can write our sushi order down? And I just had a note in my phone that just said long chicken.
Yeah,
There was nothing else in the note.
That's cool.
yeah. It's the BK long chicken.
That's it.
That's the at BK
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
the
the long
sandwich.
chicken.
Chicken Club.
Well, like
Damn, it's been
later
a long
on,
time.
at 3 hours later when I finally got home, I Googled long chicken. I guess I put it in my phone at some point because it's vegan in the UK.
Oh,
Long chicken
Dude,
is?
those
Yeah.
sandwiches rock.
The BK long chicken is vegan.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But just to open my phone and go, why did I put long chicken in here?
I've never heard it called that.
Me neither.
I thought long meant
That is
like,
definitely not the actual name of it.
I thought it was like
Can you go to BK and order a long
Can I
chicken?
get
They'll know what you're talking about. No, I heard someone else refer
Let me
to it
get
as
the-
long chicken before, and that's all. This is what I call it now.
long pig is human, right?
What?
Who said that?
Long pig is human?
Okay,
I'm looking.
hold on. This is
I
from
don't buy
something.
it.
This is from something.
Let me get a long
What is
chicken.
this from?
Dude, I hope you
Long
guys-
pig. First, I've
Yes,
never heard of
a translation of a term formerly used in some Pacific islands for human flesh as food.
Long pig.
Oh, this is like a
this.
cannibalism
Is
thing.
fucked up. Come on, dude. You can't be bringing this
Yeah.
kind of energy to the podcast.
It specifically
Talking about
says
cannibalism.
Pacific
We're
Islands.
gonna get banned.
You're really
Yeah.
being
Okay, well, what's even more fucked up is that people in England eat long chicken. What's that? Long babies?
Phil eats long chicken.
Scary, dude.
Phil's a cannibal.
Long chicken.
Long chicken.
I don't think I would eat.
Long chicken.
Even the most ethically sourced human meat, I don't think I would be. eating.
Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth on this stance all the time.
We'd get,
It's
like,
just a
mad
fuck-
cow
Dude,
type
I remember
shit, right?
some
think
fucking
so.
Reddit ass thing from years ago where a guy he had like an insanely bad, like broken like foot and ankle to the point where they're just like, all right, we're just fucking amputating your
Oh my
foot.
god, dude.
And he ate it?
And he's like, me and my friends, we made tacos from my foot.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No. Oh my god.
They let him keep his foot.
I thought
he posted
keep
pictures
it.
of
you can have this.
dude,
It's
he
yours.
literally posted pictures of his severed foot as as it was given to him by the hospital. Then the chunks of meat that he
With, like, a
chopped
ribbon
off
on
of it,
That's so cool.
and then the braised foot meat of
Oh
the
my
tacos
God.
that he
Wouldn't
made
try
for
it?
him and his friends.
Steve, next
know.
next
I don't think I
horrific
would.
next horrific car crash you go to on the scene, just grab a little meat. Just a little something
Foot?
for us. Yeah, a little foot.
That sounds fireable. I think that's a fireable
I would get in
offense
trouble.
if he steals
Yeah,
meat
you
off
would-
a
you
human.
would only get a little in trouble.
Just a smidge. That might be a write-up, dude. Yeah. 3 of those and you're out.
Slap on the wrist.
Nah, bro, union. You can't fire me.
I can steal as many feet as I want.
Legit.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, I'm never eating
1710, motherfucker.
never eat anything from a crock pot.
No,
at
but I
this
thought
house.
I thought legitimately you can't eat human meat at this point because we eat so much processed food that it's like you will instantly get like some mad cow type shit.
I
Probably.
believe it.
Think about all the parasites that are probably in your body.
Well, they'd already be in there, right? If I'm
Yeah,
eating
so
part
it
of my
doesn't
body.
even matter.
Yeah, but you
I
don't know
just
what
put it
parasites
back
are
in.
in my body. And if you're eating my
I
fucked up
see,
taco
yeah.
meat foot, then
I'm still thinking about like eating a toe of mine. or
Bro,
something
eating
if the toe
tacos
fell
would
off.
be so sick right now.
like your own meat taco.
Yeah, whatever.
This is like
Steve
hungry
meat.
edition of episode 10 is just
I'm
hungry
not really
edition of
hungry.
the
I
podcast.
just had a wonderful Father's Day lunch.
I ate
with
that
my-
donut, but I'm pretty fucking hungry.
And you want
I
that
might make some
Grimace.
popcorn.
Oh, nice. Dude, that'll be a good lunch break. We'll
This
have
isn't a
lunch
bowl
break.
of stuff you just ate.
That was how big is that bowl? And there are 3 of
Is
us.
this gonna be cut from the pod?
Has to be. It has to be.
No, long chicken stays in.
This isn't even. This
Yeah, but
isn't even
this-
off track. We're like, this is like bus
Another-
station conversation.
I just realized I never went to hobby thing.
So
I-
what's
I
your
never
hobby?
pressed
So
record.
I've been working. Now that we're done, when we're over
Terry.
long chicken,
Terry, what have you been working on?
you're saying that as if I'm going to cut this whole thing and I'm
Hey,
going to
hey,
put it right here.
hey, Terry, hey, what have you been working on?
Oh yeah, what have I been working on? So I made that thing at your house. That's kind of what I've been working on. So I made a great unclean one out of spray insulation,
Yes.
a wasp,
Dryer lint,
It's so
a
sick.
dryer lint, a wasp
a wasp
hive,
hive that I pulled off of Gage's gutter.
and then an actual great unclean one staff, which was just
Yeah, you
in
were
the
almost
bits
all the
box.
way done, and Lucian's like, "Hey, you should use this," and you're
I'm
like, "All
wow,
right."
cool. Yeah, and then his arm came out the best of all, and I kind of learned some techniques to do with the spray insulation towards the end that I could like really make it look super drippy. I think it still looks really drippy, and I think it'll look good. The hardest thing I'm struggling to get the contrast up where it doesn't look so dark. It goes like back and forth between looking like Fruit Loop bright,
Yeah.
and then looking really dark. And I'm like, fuck, I can't get
I meant to send you a video from Weltenbauer Club. I think you've seen a couple of his videos. I sent you.
maybe.
He's fucking crazy. He's got a crazy aesthetic, but he just did like a T-Rex thing that I think fell into the same color like volume as what you had, and he
Yeah.
like fixes it. So
Oh, great. That's like perfect.
Yeah.
I bet you I will be done with this model by the time this podcast comes out. But we'll see. Hopefully I can just get it done. But it's going to be, I guess, for this 40K Nurgle army that's just been like slowly developing, making stuff with like toys.
you're
10th edition, baby.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's probably going to be mostly like smash bashed and fucking scratch built. But yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on.
hell yeah. The rest of the army. What medium are you going to use? Given that everything else has been just found fucking garbage.
No, this is perfect opportunity for you to like experiment more with the expanding foam because
Yeah.
you could definitely do like, well,
Little
I was
globs
gonna
and blobs.
oh, you could make like Blake Kings and like little versions
Yeah.
of him, and then just put like the silly little arms on them and everything. But that's not an option in 40K.
I mean, I don't care. I'll like just make them count as something else, like
Yeah.
whatever the Blight Lord Terminators, right? They can be
Oh yeah,
Dude, as long as they're on the right base size, nobody's gonna give a shit.
100%.
glue some
They'll just-
freaking cannons to them.
I'll make them look like Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. If
What's
you
that
all
look
are
like?
familiar.
Is that
It's just like
is that
like
nerdly?
a kind of a cloud, I think, sort of. She's like a brat in the
A
show.
brat. Ooh.
Yeah, she's like the princess.
Ooh.
She's
She's bratty, huh?
Yeah, but she's like a blob of bubblegum. I'll bring up a
She's
picture.
kind of cute.
Yeah, put it. This will be on. Oh, speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
did the YouTube thing? Is it officially live?
it will be in like 30 minutes once we're done recording.
Oh, nice.
I need to press the live button from a computer, not my phone. But yeah,
oh, fuck.
it's good to go.
Princess Bubblegum is not who I was thinking of. Princess Bubblegum.
No, you were thinking of LSP.
Let me
Yes,
see.
is that it?
Lumpy,
LSP.
Lumpy Space.
You guys-
Princess.
Yes, literally. Thank you.
Cartoon
You're welcome.
characters
Thank
that you guys are horned up for?
No.
I don't think I'm horned up for her, but
I mean, Princess Bubblegum is so wholesome. She's just
Yeah,
a nice lady.
she's real
Yeah,
cute.
I don't like that.
She's cool too. She's like
you're
tough.
I don't think you're gonna be horned up for LSP either. But
No, LSP rocks. Lumpy Space. So yeah, just like that. That'll be my Blight Lord Terminators. Will just be
Lumpy Space Princess.
yeah.
like what's his name on the. I know last episode when we were talking about like I just wanted to make some freak shit army. I was talking about the fucking guy who uses just like actual garbage and toys.
Five-header?
No, I mean 5-header rocks too.
Yeah.
Did you see me punishing 5-header in the Discord?
I did.
He's like, "Are you happy?"
You're like, please post pictures of these bottles. I need to see
Hold
them.
on.
I need to
Hold
see
on.
them.
But that would also be good. Like
You
some
might-
hot glue on there.
Mutant modifier is who I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
the god, so
Oh yeah.
it's hard to top mutant modifier, but I can
his
steal
stuff
some
rocks.
ideas from him
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. That's the style I was talking about
Yeah.
last episode, and it just never dawned on me.
So we got a package from
got a package.
Canadian friend Rory here.
From the guy.
The Rat Boy.
Friend of the pod.
What's it
true
say on there?
scumbag.
It says,
A true lord.
Other side.
Rat Boy Minis. He lives at. Beep, 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 just kidding, just joshing. It says something special for some super cool degenerates, and then it has the Chaos Undivided logo.
Love that. Be careful.
Chaos.
Steve, I'm only careful. All right,
Is that a letter opener or just a knife?
That is just
this is
knife.
a steak knife.
That is a steak.
That's not a steak knife.
This is a steak.
He doesn't know. He
I
doesn't
don't
eat
know.
steak.
I have a nice steak knife story I can tell you, not on the air after this.
Well, let's say it on
Well, why
Patreon
can't we
or
talk
something.
about it right now? I guess we'll talk about it after.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Steak knife story. Thank you, Rory. Steak knife story.
Oh, and this is wrapped in a nice cinnamon checks.
Oh, that sounds good.
Wow, that's
in
actually a pretty good
French.
idea.
It's,
Oh, dude, I love
banana.
cinnamon checks.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
there's a lot of
oh,
shit. Yeah?
my God.
I'm gonna open
Rory,
this.
you're a madman.
This
There's a
first.
letter.
Oh.
What's it say? You got to
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
it's
I
to-
don't want to make sure nothing falls out.
Is it to me?
It says, "Hi,
Is it to
Steven
me?
and Tear, E, Gage, and Phil. Hope this gets to you safe and sound. Some Hive Scum love letter zines. Wishing you all the best. Cheers, Rory."
What?
And it's a little rat face guy.
Oh,
I
that's
can't really
cool.
see
And
that.
then we open it up. Here,
What do we
see
got
the
in
little-
here?
The rat face guy.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Whoa. That is cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great drawing.
I think I broke edge on the amount of Sharpie that was used in this.
Wow.
yeah, that's crazy. Can anyone
Damn.
decipher what is going on? It looks like three dudes
Yep.
standing
Maybe four
over
dudes.
a book. Maybe is that a book?
That might be me all the way over.
That
there,
looks
the
like
smallest one
that
with
looks
the
like a
glasses on.
that looks like a
Kind of looks like a computer monitor.
no, it's what are the shield things you put up when you're the
DM?
game master screen?
Is it?
Yeah,
DM
game
screen?
DM screen. It looks
Oh,
like,
yeah. that
Oh, I
looks
kind of
awesome.
see it. Yeah.
I still love that though. The
And
green.
then is this the GM right here?
This is real abstract here. I don't know what's going on.
It's crazy.
Rory, this rocks.
Yeah, Rory,
I'm
you're
high off
amazing.
the Sharpie fumes.
Yeah, I'm really high right now.
I'll pass that to you.
Maybe Gage can even post this
Yeah. Oh,
picture
oh.
and if
There will be photos.
yeah okay
Oh, check these out. Okay, hold on.
oh
What are these?
so these are the zines he had mentioned. Oh wow. Oh, okay, this is really cool.
Oh, I love the art on them.
Here you go, Phil.
Whoa, what? No way. This is so sick. So oh my god.
Do they all say the same thing? You want to read it, Terry? Because I think they all are the same.
I think
Yeah,
they're
so
all
these are besides the beautiful drawing that Rory made us, we have a whole bunch of these really great Hive Scum zines.
Wait, hold on. Go back to the cover. Do you see? You see the little word bubble?
Yeah. The little what is that? A little space marine?
It says "fuck those guys."
Fuck those guys. He's saying. And then it's all using like different. So this is when he was cutting up when
Yes.
he had taken pictures of him cutting up that codex or the rule book.
Oh man, that Sharpie smell is crazy.
It is crazy. I thought you were just messing around. It is so sharp.
I might leave that outside for a little bit.
Finding your seat at the Cran Eaters table of wargaming, a positive and creative community brought to life by passion,
Oh,
will, and determination.
this is
Don't
great.
need nothing
Else.
else.
Dude, this is really great.
That sexy
Yeah, this is
woman
beautiful.
space marine.
When God doesn't save you, Hive Scum will.
It's a guard.
Sorry.
It's a woman guard, not a marine. Come on.
The
Oh, I'm sorry
juxtaposition-
that women can't be space marines, Phil.
Okay, that's
All right.
the juxtaposition of the visceral placenta to the beauty of the newborn.
I don't know what that
great.
means. I'm too stupid for that, but that sounds cool.
All images brazenly
You don't
stolen.
understand the juxtaposition between a beautiful newborn child and the nasty placenta that comes with it.
I do.
All right,
Have you delivered a baby, Phil?
so many. I'm a doula.
Logata.
Yeah, nice one. Oh, I love
Long
this.
chicken.
This is so
All
cool.
images brazenly stolen from Warhammer 40k core
chicken.
book.
These are great. So these are good.
Rocks.
Oh,
Yeah, these are
Rory,
beautiful,
You are
Rory.
so cool.
We love
Thank you
you.
so much for this.
How many are there?
Now,
There is probably 10.
We should go. I'm
Two
going to throw
freeze?
some of these in with some of the Hive Scum shirt orders.
I want to keep.
this one's for you, Steven.
Whoa! There's more.
Since
this
you
is
were jelly
amazing.
of Dylan's Termy.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Wow.
Oh, we got some Night Lords.
Night Lord Terminator. That's
Wow.
so cool.
That is really cool.
Ave Dominus Nox. This is awesome, man.
Rory, you rock.
Absolutely
Yeah, if you guys
awesome.
don't know Rat Boy Rory, you should say
Rat Boy Minis.
Rat Boy Minis.
Rat Boy Minis on Instagram. Go give him a follow. Amazing. Oh yeah, the Sharpie smell is just blowing us away.
Where'd that go?
I put it
Amazing
in this.
artist, amazing person. Was a
Solid dude.
yeah. Was it just like a totally solid person, just like a really really great human being. Somebody that I didn't like. I kind of knew who we were gonna meet this year at Adepticon, but Rory was not.
Rory was a surprise.
Yeah, and like,
I mean, I knew he was coming.
did you?
He asked me like 50 times, like, "Oh, do you want anything 3D printed for Adepticon?" And I kept thinking, "Oh yeah," and then I just would never get back to him about what I wanted because I couldn't decide.
Oh.
Yeah, Rory rocks.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Rory. This is amazing.
Can't wait to chill, whenever
Yes.
that may be.
The Calgary Mordheim Open.
The Calgary Stampede.
Not
Yeah.
Nemo.
Not Nemo.
Not
maybe
Adepticon.
Nemo. Maybe. I mean, definitely Adepticon. Maybe he'll
Semo.
come out to Nemo.
Maybe he can come. There's a place for him to stay.
Before we go to the questions from the Hive, we need to break down the AOS campaign. We should dive into that.
Where should we start?
I just want to
So
know.
we had two of the 4 games. There's 8 people in the
Steve,
campaign.
stop playing footsies with me.
There's 8 people even. That's pretty good.
8 people. Well, I mean, I guess Jake is 9, but
But you don't need even numbers to play.
No, and you'll
no.
have
But
some
if
people that
I
can't
am
play.
writing,
well, just do pairings.
Yeah, it's not
and
like
then just
there's a
do a
tournament.
secondary pairing.
You know, it's not like there's a bracket.
yeah. But I'm saying if I'm writing a unique campaign or a unique scenario,
Yeah.
I'm writing
That's what I'm saying. Just add an extra pairing with another random person.
Or-
for the-
so
so that
one
a
person.
random person has to play twice.
Yeah.
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 Or somebody gets a buy. Like, you know, you'll have like somebody just going.
Because
on
I feel like it's
vacation
hard
for a
enough to
month.
get people to play one game
Well-
a month, let alone saying this is your month that you got to play twice.
So
Yeah.
this
I'm a 1 game a month kind of guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
this kind of comes into the first game you play is what really matters. That should be the narrative focus of the games that we play each month. And anything else that you play is not narrative unless it's like, oh, I have to play Jake. That
Yeah.
has to be narrative focused.
Yeah.
So I don't
So
think there's any
narrative
harm
for-
in 2
Yeah,
people
yeah,
or
I
one
got
person
you.
playing 2 games.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a thing where I have to design another scenario. though.
just recycle some of the old ones and just reskin them.
That's true. I guess I could go real low effort with it.
Yeah.
Now, I had a question just about the scenario. So, are you basing a lot of those off pre-existing scenarios from the book and kind of modifying them?
I mean, I'm taking some sort of like repeating elements. Like, for example, the game that Steve and Brandon played. Brandon's win condition was for the game to end with none of Steve's guys within 12 inches from his little pyramid there.
He was going
Okay.
to fail horribly with that.
And listen, in my head, I was worried that your win condition was going to be more difficult than Brandon's.
Oh, I agree that it was going to
the
be harder.
exact opposite of what I thought it was. So Brandon's, like I said, Brandon's win condition was to keep someone outside of 12 inches. That's like a win condition. That's for Beastmen. That's one of their chosen grand strategies, which is just like a win con thing.
12 inches is far.
12 inches is
big,
pretty
far,
far.
big
Yeah.
radius, yeah.
Especially
So that
with
was
the way we
his
did
win
deployment.
condition, and then Steve's win condition was to kill all of Brandon's wizards, and Brandon had 3. And I was like, well, I mean, if he like spreads them out or does this or that, like, there's no way Steve will be able to get to all of them. And then when Steve was very clearly about to get all of them in like a single combat, Brandon's like,
shit.
we're fleeing.
I killed 2 of them.
Damn.
2, yeah, and then the one of them was not quite dead.
He was
So
close.
Brandon fled. Yeah.
And you just ran up with your freaking big guys
Well-
and just crushed them down?
Brandon, he made some tactical errors.
He
I mean,
deployed terribly, right?
Yeah. So again, with his win condition being keep them outside of 12 inches of your pyramid, you would want to just turtle your guys around the pyramid.
Keep them around the pyramid.
Legit, put the pyramid in the corner and build out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't really do that.
Oh, really? He just kind of like marched forward.
Yes.
He lined his guys up.
Yeah.
Like they were in the damn Gettysburg, you know?
Yeah.
Well, he also teleported his Trog.
Teleported his guy to the back, which I mean, that's just like a thing that you do with that, but like sometimes
but
when
your
you
wizard is the
yeah,
win
so
con.
when you sometimes you have like a neat trick like that up your sleeve, and you just want to do it, even though it is not at all
Nothing
like
to do with what it's gonna.
like
work.
you know, like I obviously like with Beastmen, I can ambush so much shit, but sometimes you just don't need to be ambushing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You need to know when to not use all of the tools at your disposal.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
some of the tools are kind of niche. Like honestly, only probably come up in like
Yeah.
a few games that you
Selective
play.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a thing that like, you know, you have strategic flexibility by teleporting this one guy over here. Like, well, you don't need to do that. He's perfectly fine standing where he is. You
He
know,
also
that
did
sort of
it
thing.
against, like, he teleported behind, like, my Butcher, which is a beast in combat and a spellcaster, and a unit of Gluttons. So, like, they just charged him, and I think he died before I even had to swing my attack.
Yeah, he
just
also,
died in
to
the
his
charge.
credit, Brandon, a lot of it too is that he was rolling really, really, really bad.
Just
I
like
was
getting
too,
bad
though.
luck.
He was playing a spellcaster heavy sort of. That's
okay.
what he's doing, and he couldn't. He was failing all of his spell rolls.
And I was dispelling, too. That didn't help.
Yeah, and you were dispelling.
How do you
yeah.
dispel with the ogres?
I have casters.
Oh,
he
do
has
you?
one.
Yeah.
He has one wizard.
shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I
didn't
get
know that.
extra dispel because of the when I'm near my faction terrain, you get a bonus spell dice.
His little maw pot.
Or no,
He's
you
got
get to
his
reroll.
stew. His
Yeah.
terrain is that big stew pot.
Dude, which is so cool.
Yes,
But
I
so
wish I had a better model.
now, what does your wizard do, like lore wise? Like, you know, he's like a freaking ogre. Does he have like blood magic kind of
Legit,
thing?
yes.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And then
that's
there's
so
the-
sick.
Then there's the fire belly, which he uses like breathing smoke and fire into the battlefield to like.
Real shaman.
Whoa.
Have you
Oh,
ever
yeah,
have
yeah,
you ever
vibes.
have you ever used a fire belly before? in
No,
any
but I
game?
was looking at their spells and they're kind of sick.
They're neat. They seem like completely
-1 to hit is
thematically
great.
like don't fit in with the rest of ogres. It would be cool if they found a way to make it more so.
Well, don't they have some fire dudes? Like, isn't there some like
The fire belly.
so that's one model, right? The fire belly is one
He's a
guy.
character, yeah.
But aren't there like units of like I know there's the dudes with like the guns in their stomachs, right?
The gun cannons.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
the
There's
lead belchers.
Yeah, the
They're
lead
not- they don't have
belchers.
guns. They just carry a fucking
Well, yeah,
cannon.
they hold
Oh, I
them
thought they were
like
just
that.
like literally like a weapon sticking out of them.
Oh, no.
that's
in my
just
head,
a big
that's what it
belly
is.
armor. All the ogres
Oh,
have belly
okay.
armor.
Yeah, their gut plate.
So there's no like flamethrower guys that are like running up with
I
like,
wish.
fire bombs and
No.
throwing shit. That would be cool.
No, you've got your lead belchers, which are the guys that are walking around with little cannons under their arms, and then you have the one that's being pulled by a big woolly rhino.
I should
Yeah.
kit bash a fire belly with just a flamethrower.
Yeah.
it'd be
That'd
cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Have
like
him lead the lead belchers.
Yeah.
sick old school like weird. Like take some stuff off was it the Caradrons, the dwarf guys?
Yeah.
Take
Oh,
some stuff
yeah.
off the dwarf guys and like their weird big guns.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then that could be a whole like story about how he got this sick gun for like
Fucking
killing
murdered 'em.
dwarves.
Yeah. So anyways, Steve's game went not how I thought it would.
Yeah.
So obviously the idea.
So you were plotting against me.
No, I wasn't plotting against you.
Dude,
Well, because
your
I
shit
wanted.
hits hard.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to make a write scenarios where it was fair for everyone. Gage won, and he won like points wise. You won by quite a bit,
Yeah.
but it still came down to you both only had a couple models on the table at the end of the game.
It
was a slobber
The
knocker.
end of the 5th round.
But as far as like points, which again, like the points don't matter narratively. All the points is essentially you're just thinking of it as your currency. It's adding to your glory because we're just doing a 1-for-1
It's also your minor
victory
victory.
points. Yeah, and minor victory, major victory. That
Why don't you
stuff.
explain that because you didn't really cover how you get those points.
Yeah, especially for your custom ones.
So a major victory is just if you complete your win condition, which
Phil
yeah,
makes.
I make a custom win condition
cool.
for every battle, and the people in the battle, the two players will have different win conditions.
Yeah.
You and Dakota have different win conditions.
Which
for
I'm
your
really
upcoming
excited because
game,
that'll be
yeah.
like a really cool game, I think.
And it's based specifically on the armies that are playing
Yeah.
in the games, the
Yeah.
players, and Phil has written some really awesome like pre-headcanon leading up to the games that has been really great.
I'll say Phil explain them because I'm chomping at the bit to talk about my game.
Okay, so I just real quick wanted to hit the narrative on your game. So essentially, it was like
I had left the Olgu forest.
Yep. So you wandered, or no, you received a vision of where to find gold,
after
and it was
fucking killed your shaman.
Yep. Yeah, Steve killed my shaman, and then he received a vision of where to find gold. His ogres are obsessed with gold instead of meat, and so you were sent by a little birdie to the pyramid of the lizard men to grab some of their stuff.
Hell yeah!
What's Brandon's name again?
I don't fucking know.
Tectonic something.
Oh no, Connect 4 or
No,
Connect
no. His
Foe.
army's name.
Oh, voltaic tremors. Or something like that?
Oh, sick.
That's pretty cool.
I hate Connect.
What was I saying?
Connect 4.
I hate it too because it's real old.
Yeah,
as someone who
Brandon's real
loves
cute.
Oldhammer,
Yeah.
I hated that about Lizardmen.
Wait, that's an actual name for a
Well,
thing?
the
Wait, what are you talking
actual
about?
model's named Tic Tac Toe.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
old skink's name.
And Brandon
Okay.
renamed his Connect 4.
Oh my
Or
God.
Connect Foe.
That's so funny. Brandon rocks. So your ogres were going there to steal their gold, like directly
yeah.
from their pyramid. So you guys had like a pyramid out on the battlefield.
Yeah, and the
Brandon's faction
lizardmen,
terrain.
their pyramids are they're starships. They fly away. So
hell yeah.
when he fled, the wizards just jumped on the pyramid and
Oh, okay, so that's like narratively like what?
they
what
escaped.
happened.
They escaped on their flying pyramid.
I was gonna smash his terrain too.
And so now,
right? Yeah.
and so now I got to figure out, well, where are these two guys going to go from here? It definitely, makes it a little bit more interesting narratively.
It kind of allows both of our factions to go anywhere though after this game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
him
Yeah.
flying off could end up encountering someone else. I could just be left there with my,
Yeah.
with nothing there, and then someone comes out of
No
the woods.
gold, no nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And so was there anything specifically that didn't feel right, or because I know there's a few things we had to amend while we were playing?
I think the only thing we really had to amend was him fleeing.
Yeah.
How to rule that. I feel like something else.
Yeah, I don't
came
know why
up,
I
too.
didn't anticipate that, because the way that I'd written it, you need to achieve a win condition to get the victory, to get the extra points, and obviously that's going to affect how the narrative gets written.
But besides that, I think everything was good.
Yeah.
I felt like when you said I had to kill all his wizards, I definitely thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to just have to try and shoot for the minor victory and hold the objective.
Yeah.
Your guys hit so fucking hard. Dude, it is insane. The couple of games I played against you, I'm like, okay, I think I can hold out over these ogres. And they just, they bowl over anything
But
you put in front of them.
you weren't playing against me how you have to play against me. Like Brandon did the right thing where he charged me before I could charge him. And that is 100%. Like if you have the option, you charge me before I can attack first.
Yeah, because his whole army, the way that it works is it's based on just trampling over you. So
Yeah.
if you get the jump on him,
I just have my attacks.
he's really neutered.
Like when I charge you, say I roll an 8 for my charge range. No matter how close or far away you are, if I roll an 8, I get to roll 8 dice to try and deal mortal wounds on a 4 up on a unit of gluttons.
Yeah, so you roll an 8 on average. You're doing 4 unblockable wounds.
Just off the rip.
Yeah.
Which against
Yeah.
infantry heavy armies like yours and mine, that's half of our unit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Terry, it's a lot better because skeleton hordes. If you reinforce all your skeletons, like it's not gonna matter.
excuse me,
zombies,
excuse me,
bro.
zombies.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I wasn't going to correct.
Zombies and skeletons play very differently.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. My bad.
Like dead
Uncultured.
walkers.
Okay, and so then last night, Gage had his game against Sam, friend of the
Yes.
pod, Sam. So how'd that go? What happened with that?
So the narrative was set up that there were these arcane pylons that my army wanted to do a ritual on to kind of take and absorb this energy, kind of learn from it, kind of steal it, etc. And we were kind of setting up for it. And I don't remember how Sam got there.
So the bad moon flies overhead. From what I understand, the lore for Gits is they're just literally chasing the moon because they think eventually they'll be able to catch up to it.
This is so cute.
So as the moon is just going
cutest
across
lore.
the sky, your
That's
ritual
amazing.
was just happened to be in the path of the goblins.
And they were like, oh, fuck. Well, now we're here. We're going to fight. And my guys were like, shit, we need to defend the pylons. So,
I would almost think they didn't even care that you were there.
Well, yeah, they didn't because Sam's win con was to just be under the light of the bad moon.
You were just in his way.
Yep.
Essentially,
Amazing. I love
and
that.
because for people who don't understand the mechanic, the main mechanic of those goblins is that the moon moves across from one corner of the table to the other.
It tries to.
It tries to, yeah. And when you're under it, when you're standing under it, you gain like a set of bonuses. And so,
The win con was
to just have half of the units under the moon at the end of each turn.
Now, was that half of remaining units?
Yes.
Okay.
So as units were dying, it was and we rounded down just to make it a little bit easier, and it was pretty damn close. It came down to the bottom of turn 5 with literally only 2 units left on the table.
Major victory?
Yes.
So also right before we kind of went into our Path to Glory 2.0 with Phil's rules, I still rolled allies from the last time we were playing. So I've been slowly working Sylvaneth in.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I kit because the whole point of the whole reason I'm playing this army is I just want to run the damn the Kron Spine, the Incarnate of Gur. So I kit bashed the Spirit of Dirthu. I made him the Spirit of Thondia, and he's just holding the skull of the Gur Incarnate.
Is he going to turn into Gur?
No, I think he's just going to literally be like, here you go, and kind of drop it off. But
are you close? Are you getting closer?
Yeah, actually, after last night, I have one more.
Yeah, we'll have to count how much glory you have.
Right. Well, I brought my shit so we can do the homework. But
yeah.
So I was going to run them last night, but Sam unfortunately didn't have enough points. So I kind of just put them behind the tree line. And
so they're just watching from the sideboard.
So with that in mind of what Phil's narrative was, I kind of spun it a little bit, being like, all right, my guy, the Sylvaneth, actually, because I had a Branch Witch and the Spirit of Thondia, they literally brought my army to the pylons, and they're like, if you can do this, we're going to now show you where the Heart of Gur is.
Oh, sick.
And I was like, I really need to win this, because at this point, it would just be 3 narrative missions in a row where it's like, you're going to find out where the heart is, and then I die. And then find out where the heart is, and I die. And I was like, well, fuck, I need to win this one, because now I'm just like...
Yeah, you're being written into a corner.
Yeah, like no matter what. They're just never going to find it.
Monster of the Week episode every time that you play a game.
So thankfully I won. So I think technically with the quest for unlocking the Kron Spine, I have one more victory to do, and I saved a really easy quest for that. So I can hopefully just get that, even if I get stomped by ogres or something.
So cool.
So the game though.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it was sick. I had no complaints about the game. The mission was awesome. I just had to have 3 pylons at the end of the game. The only thing I would say, Phil, getting because we technically both achieved a major victory, right? Or no,
Sam didn't.
Sam got a minor.
Sam didn't get anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was almost because of Sam being able to respawn guys with the goblin shenanigans. Do you think, as the storyteller, the GM here, that it makes sense for both players to be able to achieve a major victory, or do you think, like, would that be declared a draw, or would that be?
That actually is something that I'm still unsure of, and I do think
technically, me and Brandon both could have had our major victories.
Correct. We were.
That's why
we ended the game at round 4. Sam and I would have gotten both major victories.
Yeah,
but
the fact that it went another round.
Right. My great swords just did what they do.
But like, what's wrong with that? I mean, if the game isn't necessarily about winning and losing,
exactly from a narrative standpoint,
feels nice.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, your major victory, you just get an extra 5 glory.
Right.
Yeah.
And then obviously in the post game, you get even more glory.
Yeah.
For.
But I think looking at it the way you're losing a game, but you're still winning.
Yeah. There's no.
Right.
Yeah. We're trying to make it so that there's no material difference between winning and losing.
Yeah.
It'll affect your narrative, and if you win, it's likely that you got more more currency
more shit
essentially to spend. But there's no.
But the spoils of war, though,
the spoils of war, that is a thing. Yes, there's custom rewards for the games. Steve, because he won his, you have one free territory that you can claim.
I can either upgrade a territory or get
I saw that.
one that I discover.
Yeah, which is really cool.
And then Gage he can choose to add a spell or a character to his roster.
Now,
like a foot character.
Very
do you
cool.
just pick those, or do you have them on a list and you like?
I'm thinking about it, looking at people's army composition models.
You should
that
be
I
writing
know,
this down.
Models that I know they have. I don't need to write shit down.
I mean, it's kind of like a DM thing. I mean, they're not like writing down all of their stuff.
No, but it's like good content for like, let's run a new campaign in the future. What do we have to reference? Oh, all this stuff that Phil already wrote.
Or when Phil publishes his Age of Sigmar hack for Under the Dice distribution.
I guess, yeah. It's going to be a pretty long hack.
I'm going to have to write it for him.
I will say, the option, just as a player, even from like DMing an actual RPG, you never want to be like, okay, you're pigeonholed into this thing. Yeah. And at first, when you initially said it to me, I thought I had to pick a character. And I was like, oh, fuck, this is like, that's not really what I want for my roster. But you were like, no, character or endless spell.
Yeah.
And in Path to Glory, you can only unlock a fucking endless spell if you do that quest.
The quest is the only way.
Well, that's
the
that's
literal
exactly
only way
what
to
I
do
mean.
it.
It's like there's certain things like...
Does it make it free?
No,
you still
it's
have
still
to
on the
pay
points.
points.
It's just you have access to it.
Yeah, and so the things like with the spoils of war, that's an addition. Like that doesn't have to adhere to your army building limits. That because I kind of want to do away with that sort of like how they have the order of battle or whatever. How like you can only use or take this, that, and the other thing. Like I don't want people to feel restrained by that. I think like if you want to just pay X amount of glory to reinforce a unit, like you don't need like an extra reinforcement slot, or like investing in extra reinforcement.
See, I'm the opposite. I love that shit.
Then you're welcome to keep going with that.
Oh, I am, and I mean, like, especially with my own self restraint of doing humans only in cities,
and that's probably how I'll keep doing it too.
Right. It that part of it is what's exciting to me. It's like, oh, now I can do this.
It at least gives you a little bit of guideline for narrative too, because say like. I want like this free territory. Well, the territory that I chose is not only is it one that has like the territory that I need as far as what it allows me to unlock, because that's what territories do. They allow you to unlock an extra, whether it's a character, a monster, artillery piece, this, that, and the other thing, etc. Allies, I choose the territory that I need for that, but then the title of the territory, whether it's Old Waypoint, Ruins, Haunted Forest, that is what'll it kind of gives you a prompt for your narrative.
Right.
I will say
instead of just rolling waste every time.
Yeah. Like I have one of the things that I rolled was Old Crossroads.
Yep.
Crossroads is what you get in order to unlock allies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's something that I could work in my narrative if I want to start adding allies.
I was just going to say, like, I love the unlocking aspect of stuff, like getting endless spells and stuff. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm unlocking it, and then I have to pay points to use it, which is... I don't know why it feels so bad to me, but I'm like, oh, I don't even care to do that.
I think for you personally... You have such a large force so fast because that's how you invested your points.
Yeah, I put all my points in getting guys.
So you playing against people that have less of a roster size than you.
Yeah, that's me. All my points went into like I think I can muster like 3,000 points worth of stuff.
Where I did the opposite. I
made
with our original hack of Destiny points. I made my hero a fucking ass beater.
Yeah, his hero cleared out dozens of goblins last night. Just soloed them.
12 goblins in one hit.
I didn't even take mine last game.
But that's what I'm saying. So from the... Rest in peace, that fly. So from the perspective of like your roster, you can clearly tell that you've just went super wide, where I went super tall and kind of investing my points in just...
One guy.
Yeah, my one guy hits like a truck. My great swords hit fucking unstoppable, especially with our other homebrew of everyone kind of picking a unit to get more points. Renown. Everyone has picked great swords every time, so my great swords are just like... They're like veteran level 3 at this point.
Yeah, I almost... Every unit that I take to games is...
So you can tell people, if they're maxed out, you tell people that it can't be.
They are now, as of last night.
I think
I get
like
one
30
more choice.
Points.
Everyone has picked great swords every game you have played. Every single time they're like, wow, they really surprised me with your shitty old codex. And I'm like, yeah, I know, thank you. It hit hard.
I mean, they definitely did the most last night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just like yearn for that like little touch of like extra customization bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
I'll never get it.
Well, that's the thing too, is that like
The game
everyone
doesn't have
in the the other thing too is that everyone in the group is looking for something different.
Yeah.
If you start adding layers of this and that, someone like Terry, who is much more hobby focused, is like you're throwing more stuff out there. The more it is alienating for someone who is more.
Yeah, Brandon will never
that.
care about all the war gear that you want for your guys, right?
Which is like,
whereas
at
you don't
that
want
point,
the tactical aspect that Brandon wants from his.
But you would
force.
think that it would almost go hand in hand of like, oh, tactical, I have more options, I can do more stuff. But it's like I've unlocked the one magic item artifact that my faction has that I could care about because only one guy can have it anyway. So I'm not going to bother unlocking any other artifacts. I'm not going to bother unlocking any other
I will
spells.
say,
like
Age of Sigmar as a whole could definitely use more artifacts. I
Yes.
think there should be like a general use
Well, I think
library.
that's what I've been saying.
Well, that's how
that's
how it used to be.
Exactly.
Right.
With Fantasy Battle.
like 100 freaking magic weapons that anyone
I
could
think
buy.
that sort of stuff is what, because I know like we don't care about balance, but
right.
that is what makes it hard to balance. Like when you look at how hard they're working at overhauling 10th edition 40K, every army, if you look at their codex, they have 4 enhancements to choose from, and they are not even specific.
And I hate that.
They're it's not like a warlord trait and a piece of gear. Nope, there are 4 enhancements that you can take on characters. They cost points.
Yeah.
But
now, do you think? And now we're really
because the more permutations you add, the more likely it is that someone's going to come up with like a game-breaking combo.
But like we're not playing that's the thing is we are not playing, I think, with like a group that is like looking to break the game.
Yeah,
100%.
That's
no,
true.
I think the
That's
120
true, but also
zombies is definitely the meta that is going to break the game.
I'm hyped to see it. I'm so excited to see Terry with a wall of zombies.
A Home Depot bucket of zombies.
yeah,
being
no,
thrown on
yeah,
the
Dump
table.
'em
no, we got to see how it pans out. But what was I gonna say?
Going back to custom weapons and stuff.
No, I mean I was just gonna say the less customization there is, the more of a tactical thinking game.
Yeah.
The less the game becomes about list building, and the more it becomes about
How you're actually playing.
It's like playing chess specifically. Like,
Yeah.
there's only X options and that's it. It's whoever can pilot it the best.
It's the difference, in an RPG, whether like you make clever use of your abilities or whether you just get the best possible gear.
But isn't
Dude,
that,
we need to
that's
make-
kind of counterproductive to like what Warhammer is to me? And
Well, yeah, but-
it's not my game, but
Right.
it's like every faction is different. Every faction has their own options. But
Oh yeah, no, and I agree. I would like there to be more, but I also understand the conundrum that it creates.
yeah, I mean,
But-
maybe they should worry less about like stratagems and all that bullshit, and like get back to
No
like,
one even has stratagems anymore.
I know because it fucking sucked.
But could we, like, as a group, because we aren't necessarily like super focused on winning or losing or whatever, like, what if you came up with, you're like, okay, I want my dude to have like a fucking sick sword, giant fucking sword made from the fucking tooth of Kron's spine or some shit. It's just some crazy fucking thing. And like, what if we just came up with, okay, this thing is going to cost this much extra points.
This is
It's
literally
going to
something
do
I've been
this.
pitching. It was in the last issue of
And then like
Dice.
Phil is our GM, like, and so, and then if it ends up being too powerful, it's like then Phil as the GM can be like, now like that's going to have to cost a little bit more than 70 additional points. Like that's going to need to be 120.
Yeah, like Anvil of Apotheosis for weapons.
Yeah, but like just for us,
Not
it's like
even,
things
just
that like
created
custom
items
things you want.
Yeah.
like flaming swords. You
Yeah.
can put it, and this is something I texted Phil the other night, and it's like hard to be like, yeah, we'll just put that into the game. It's going to be something we have to look at, but it's like
But it's also fun.
your unit of skeletons. Well, there's a champion in that unit of skeletons.
Yeah.
Why can't he have a magic item instead of
Totally.
the +1 attack? That's it.
and it's like he costs 20 extra points now or whatever.
Or whatever the price of the weapon, because that weapon could be equipped to that skeleton champion or
Yeah.
a Black Knight champion or the Vampire Lord that you run a secondary of instead of Mitan,
Yeah, and if it's unbalanced, then it's like you can either strip it or be like, all right, like,
I think
gonna
that's-
have to
But even
cost
if it was
way more.
balanced,
Yeah.
again, that's another like for a certain type of player, that's another like, oh, we got to remember a different like
Right.
stat block to roll when we're
But that's don't you think it goes kind of back to the Mordheim thing or any game where it's you should know your army? Like why I don't go into any game being like I know what Gage is playing.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit what Gage is playing.
Yeah, but
like,
the thing is,
because it sucks.
a lot of our people don't know their armies.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
saying,
the
like, why
problem, too.
start adding stuff?
Yeah.
But like,
Making
it's
it more
there as an
complicated.
option, not as
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a,
Like I wouldn't care if Steve had like a sick ass beater weapon as long as I know he's paying more points for it.
Got
and
you,
cutting
got
down
you.
on the
Yeah.
amount of gut thrusters.
I think
he's
that
got for,
that leans into, I mean, back to kind of what Phil was saying and what I was saying. It with the Anvil of Apotheosis, you kind of have that anyway. But
Yeah.
as Phil said, a certain type of player, I think, still wouldn't even prefer to play that.
We can say it. We can say who it is.
I'm just saying, just because Brandon doesn't want to care about Steve's flaming sword.
I mean, I
of
don't like
gut thrusting.
Anvil I feel like I've
Right. I know-
loudly said I don't care
Yeah.
for
No, I
Anvil
know.
Apotheosis.
At this point, we only have, 3 people using an AoE hero, I think?
I think so.
You,
Yeah, I think
Terry,
probably.
me,
yeah.
Dakota, because he hasn't
No, I
played
think
yet.
Sam is still using.
Yes, Sam is still
theirs.
using.
And I use mine. I just
More so
bought
from
his
the hobby
fucking mount.
perspective.
Yeah.
Dude, I was going to tell you, Battle Standard just got 3 of those in.
What?
Wave 3 of what?
Like the Stonehorn
mount
guys?
things.
The Stonehorns?
Yeah, just the mounts.
See, I don't want a Stonehorn. I
Oh, okay.
want the fucking
Well, I
the
figured
mouth of whatever the fuck from Gut Rippers.
Yes,
I want to
dude.
put my guy on that.
I figured
They
you
had
were
one
gonna
there for a little
bash
bit.
the fuck out of them. That's the only reason
I appreciate it. I'll probably
Yeah, if anyone
pick
has one
yeah.
of those Age of Sigmar orc, the big vulture mount.
please hit me up. I desperately want one. It can be built. It can be painted.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay a lot of money, but I will trade you, and I
Yeah.
will give you up to like probably $40 and maybe some trade. Just let me know, please, because I really want one.
Yeah, it'd be sick. Yeah, I just think that like I don't need to know what Steve's army is necessarily doing. Are you saying you're worried about like all of a sudden I'm playing against Steve and his characters?
Well, not even.
ripping me apart?
I get. Well, no, I guess it's if you don't want to add this extra level of customization, you don't have to. But I'm saying, I just feel like if you are already like feel over your head trying to learn the game, adding this much more depth to it is like I don't want anyone to feel any more like overwhelmed.
Yeah,
by it,
you're learning
you know what
level
I mean?
3 shit when you haven't even cleared
But
level
I
1.
wouldn't like I personally wouldn't add it to my list just because of that, because I literally don't know how to play.
Yeah.
And it's like it would just be like I'm in over my head. I already have to strip stuff down.
Yeah.
But for somebody like or like let's go back to your friend Jacob. Like let's say he wanted to do I want trolls that also work with like Stormcast. Like
I would never allow that.
You don't think so? Like making custom kind of rules
No, I
for him to be able to do
personally will put my foot down and say you cannot mix.
that? Oh, if he's doing some
orders,
like weird
you
lore
can't-
stuff.
Yeah,
Destruction
you
and
cannot mix
chaos.
destruction and order together.
All right.
I will not allow that in the narrative.
Damn. I'm starting a new league where we can mix orders.
Let's go.
Oh my god, I can't. I don't have time for 2 leagues. I still have to play my first game with this league.
This is the most tabletop discussion we've probably
No,
ever
but it's
had.
great. And
On
I-
Hivescom.
but going back to what we were talking about, it came up in the Discord the last week, and we talked about how AOS is like, if we had to pick one game, we would pick AOS, and there was a lot of conversation about like why would that be the game that we picked. So besides the hundreds of thousands of dollars of research that has gone into designing this like really really awesome game. The fact that like you can take something like this game, like AOS, that is so complicated, and then do things like this, like hack it up, smash it up, and be like, I don't need to follow the rules as long as I have a play group that's open.
Yeah,
to the
there's
idea of
enough
changing it.
there's enough meat there for you to
Exactly.
cook
Yeah.
it however you want to cook
Totally.
it. Yeah.
I've said it before. I rewrote all the lores of Magic from Warhammer Fantasy Battle 7th edition for Age of Sigmar. It's all converted into like terms, mortal wounds, like transferred to make sense. in
Under the
Age of
Dice
Sigmar.
issue 5.
Yeah.
No,
when's that
I
come
only
out?
did one of the lores in issue 5. But
Okay.
yes, I did do it.
Yeah.
It was the lore of death, which that's what inspired me to do the whole thing was the Hemlick
Maneuver.
yeah. I do that every
No,
day.
I know you're talking about. I
No,
forget
the
does
fucking
it every day.
necromancer.
Every
day.
The necromancer from
Oh, Heinrich Kemmler?
Yes. thank
Yeah,
you.
dude, he rules.
There's an old White Dwarf article which I keep in my truck,
I think you would probably love this guy.
and
Terry.
I know about him just from that
I know.
Vampire Counts book that you gave me last time.
he rocks.
Yeah,
But
it's very cool.
There's
He
a
has this little
lore of death.
skin jacket. I think he has.
There's a lore of death in an old White Dwarf, and I was reading it. I'm like, this is sick. Like, this is so like just I like made me remember all the lores of Magic and everything when I used to play. It made me want to try and see if it could convert over, and it was really easy to do. And I was like, fuck that, I'm going to go do all the Lores of Magic and just compile it, and now it just sits in a Google Drive. But yeah.
Now, going off of what I like kind of said before, it's also like we are extremely lucky to have this group. Like the fact that we can have 9 people that are semi-local that are like open to being like, I want to make a weird army that's really customized to myself and like figure out how to like run it and how to run games, and then Phil doing all of this work to come up with customized scenarios that aren't just like copy and pastes of like the very basic GW ones, but have like specific cool narrative focus. Like we're really lucky.
Yeah.
And people listening to this would need to build that in their own community.
I would say to a certain extent you could technically do all of the cutting and editing to Age of Sigmar to another game and kind of have the same vibe as this, but like you said, this game's been around for a little bit, and they kind of know what they're doing.
It's not a bad game.
No, we're just hacking it. Yeah, we're just hacking it to give it that layer of complexity that we want. And then at this certain point, I mean, you're a game designer at this point, Phil. You know what I mean? Like, so are you, Steve. It's just you're adding this level that you want to make it work. It's just trying to balance it within our group, not necessarily balance in like a game terms, but the ebb and flow of our play group is a balance. So
yeah. And knowing, like, people should know, and this is where I think people get stuck in the weeds, where they're like, I like this game and I follow the rules to a T. Like, people really need to be like, here's your permission, listeners.
Bro, Brandon forgets a lot.
Break it all.
The thing is,
tear it apart.
So many people they're only playing with like strangers
Yeah,
or
no.
pickup games with casual acquaintances.
Yes.
So
when you
don't have that level of familiarity with someone, you like agreeing upon like, you know, rules that you're kind of just like pulling out of your ass.
Could you imagine Steve coming up to fucking the Battle Center being like, here's my Lores of Magic, we're going to play with this today. And this Brandon's just like, I'm not reading this 18-page document.
Well, I am, so get ready, motherfucker. But it's crazy because when I got back into...
I mean, forget fucking doing it with Brandon. I'm just doing it with like a random person that just plays at the shop.
Yeah.
When I got back into Warhammer Fantasy Battle for 8th edition, before the end time actually happened, I went to the Warhammer Fantasy Battle day and just was looking for an opponent to play with. This motherfucker was like, "Oh, I'll play with you. I play Skaven." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I got Lizardmen from like when I used to play." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." By the way, this is my Rat Abomination that I kit bash. It was a very cool model. He made it out of like green stuff and shit. He's like, "Yeah, and here are the rules for it." And he like slides over like a printed out paper with some like just art that he took from a book. He's like, "Yeah, these are the stats." I was like, "Yeah, cool." Like, don't know what I'm looking at because I hadn't played 8th edition. It had been many years.
Wait, did he just make up a thing?
He literally made up his own rules for a rat.
The rules are like flip a coin. If you roll heads, you fucking lose.
Brother,
you owe me $5.
Brother, I unleashed all my slant spells for 3 turns in a row, threw a Carnosaur at him, and some Temple Guards and 2 20 blocks of Source Warriors, and I did not kill it.
Yeah.
Like...
And that's the balance that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to get to a point where you're like, my flaming sword of gut-busted energy is gonna kind of be like that kid to
but I think
someone
as
that
long
has,
as you allocate the right number of points to it and be like, that sword now costs you 200 fucking points. Like, that's not going to be even worth it for Steve to take it.
I'm just saying from a time invested standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like
totally.
It's not like the Brandon of the group will be like, yeah, I would love to play 3 games while you figure out what this fucking sword should be.
See,
also for the record, we love Brandon. We're just
Brandon
we're just shitting on this
Brandon
episode.
is like a great person to put. Like, it's great that we have Brandon because he's
the guy that just plays random people at the store.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
he
he
is
plays
the
his
pug
army
player.
by the book and wants to know the tactics that his army does. And he's not like, I want my dinosaur to have a huge fucking sword.
Laser beam.
Yeah, I want him to have a big old laser beam now. It's like that, like we are.
I was going to say, Terry's just mocking himself.
That's me.
My idea with the weapons was like very simple, like, oh, you can take a +1 sword of wounding, so add 1 to your wound rolls for that one model in the unit. Which you already roll separate dice typically for the extra guy anyway. Like, I know Brandon does. He'll take 4 separate dice for his specific commander and roll that in the pile.
Right.
So it's like, it's not that crazy to be like...
if you were lifting a
that's
mechanic
really
from
not.
somewhere else and then kind of just plugging it in for your army,
Yeah.
that'd be fine. I mean, there's still because we kind of got into this at the shop last night, Phil. You were talking about the Caradron over boys.
Oh yeah,
they have transports.
Yeah,
no
they're the only
army
army in the game that has transports.
If Steve is like, here's my little
mammoth.
hack, my mammoth can people the people tuck into the fur, and now it's a transport.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It kind of takes the balance from one army to another, but in our own game, that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
I just think, like we said, going back to another person, they might not fucking like that.
But it's cool. Like, this is the coolest thing about it to me is the Hive Scum Path to Glory rule set, where these are the rules we play with at home, and you can try it in your group.
Absolutely.
And let us know if it's cool.
You can use the mammoth and hide in its fur and the Gutbuster energy sword.
Penis sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch the movie, now read the book.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up. No, but going back to being like, well, what if I gave my sword a +1 of wounding? Like, we could do that just literally based off of like how much does that cost in Path to Glory or in AOA in Anvil.
Yep.
Like that costs two Destiny
it's
points.
20 points.
Right. It's 20 points.
Yeah.
And like you could be like, now this guy. I mean,
I could make a slew of weapons out of the AOA.
No, but that could get complicated now that I'm thinking about it. Just like you have like this unit over here that has one particular guy that gets +1 to his saves, and then you have two guys over in this unit, and they both have swords that get +2 to wounding. Because
I don't think it's that crazy.
No, that's a lot of the second edition stuff. That's a lot of my codex, to be honest.
a lot of
like one champion gets an extra dice, or like
I mean, I guess it's true. Like Doom Wolf, if you're running Dire Wolves, Doom Wolf gets an extra attack.
Exactly.
My Vargeist, this one.
You still have to track it.
You know what, dude? Honestly, yeah.
And especially with our original AOA conversion points, we used Renown to Destiny.
Yes.
Renown 5 Renown equals
5 Renown.
1 Destiny. So 5 Renown technically is 10 points worth of value, because one Destiny point is 10 points. So we could fucking, you know what?
And at the end of the day, though, it is up
We're
to
gonna
the
write this shit
discretion
down.
of
You
this
could
guy
do.
over here.
You
So
could do
whatever
Renown
Phil says.
You
transfers.
really need to just write this stuff down.
Renown transferring to
Only if it was like being recorded, we can listen back.
But I
That'd be sick.
also think keeping it simple for our first kind of like real, like it'd be
Yeah.
nice to finish this campaign without any fluff.
Yeah.
And then the next campaign being like, okay, now we're going to add this.
We know
extra
we can
layer
do
of
this, and
complexity.
the
By
other
the time we
But
get
it's
to
a
the
really
fourth
great idea.
campaign, it's just going to be our own game at this point.
Yeah.
I will say something I wrote down to not forget. The only thing I really don't like about Path to Glory is the lack of missions. Like,
What do you mean?
I don't.
Well, that's what Phil's fixing.
And that's what Phil is fixing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's like been my big problem. Is like
Yeah.
most of the missions, I'm like, I don't even want to do this. Like,
So-
there's no
Well,
incentive.
they're
to
so
do this.
basic.
I went through 6 games. I got it in my notebook somewhere. But we went through every single narrative mission in like just me playing as a player.
Yeah.
And then my last one we went through, it was with Sam actually. We just used a match play game. And then the only thing, the difference is you don't have really minor victories in match play, so you kind of have to fuck with it there. But yeah, you're 100% right. You're relying on these narrative play packs that are kind of bullshit.
Well, they just have to be so basic, so that way the guy playing ogres versus Lumineth can also the same scenario can work with Gloomspite versus Stormcast.
Two of them are ambush style missions where they just.
Well, one of the
that was
things
episode
I'm doing
1.
is I also want to write a bunch of like agnostic scenarios that could be played by any.
Yeah.
Like that one that I had. I think you and Brandon played.
Yeah.
One where I had the crumbling towers.
Crumbling
like
towers,
that's a
very
mission that I
cool.
wrote, and that wasn't specifically for
Correct.
any army at all.
Yeah.
I do have something to say. I
Say it.
misspoke. It's not missions. I meant quests.
Oh, those things. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the Spoils of War, I think, is supposed to kind of take
And
the
it's-
idea, but
it
like
does it way better.
we can also discuss what you are trying to get out of your narrative, like as far as material
Totally.
things. What do you want to unlock? Like I already know what Gage is working
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah.
If you tell me what you're working towards,
I will say, with the Season of War Thondia book, they did add 4 quests, but it's not like they're coming out with those books. Like, remember they were like, there's going to be a new Season of War every fucking couple of months and a new incarnate with
Brother.
everyone, and then it's been over a year.
I was reading the Path to Glory book, and there's something in the Path to Glory book that is straight up just not in the game. Outposts?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, it
There
does not exist.
There are no outposts. It said,
Yeah.
and it says in the sidebar, look out in future
Supplements
supplements for outposts.
And they just
They
never
did
added
not
I
add
thought
that.
outposts are in Thondia. They're in the
There-
Thondia.
yeah,
book.
there's one outpost that you can. It's not like you can level it up. It's just it's essentially making it so your army can play in a Thandi, I think. Like, certain armies get bonuses in the location that you're playing.
Yeah, depending on the realm.
And you technically can't get those bonuses unless you have an outpost.
Oh, we definitely don't play realm rules.
Well, I mean, I do, but only because I have to.
Yeah.
My wizards literally get bonuses depending on where we're playing.
So you
Steve's
just play
operating in
Thandi
the old
every time.
world.
Let me tell you right
Yeah.
now, that's probably not going to exist in your new book.
Yeah, I kind of hope not.
Yeah, it
Well,
seems
I mean,
like,
we were talking.
I thought that was a bad mechanic.
Yeah,
that
it
they
seems
had.
extra.
It was extra bullshit. Like, oh, what realm are we playing
it
in
would
today?
be
Like,
it would be sick if you had all of this terrain at your disposal, all of this fucking these battle mats at your disposal. You had a player that was stoked on it as well. You know what I mean? You're not going to a random store to what GW kind of wants, I think, is that they want you to find a random player at the store to play.
Yeah.
That is also stoked on the narrative as much as you are, which never fucking happens.
I don't know.
They're playing the seasonal match play narrative, which
Yeah.
is in Gur.
Yep.
And it's just moved from Thondia
No,
to
it's a
whatever.
kid-
The next one is moving to some different location.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kid who just got a random battle box from
who's 17
from their
Me.
parents or from a neighbor who sold it for drugs. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yes.
now they're picking up this army game to play, and they
Getting
don't
out
give a
of
shit
drugs.
about what fucking realm they're in or what any of this shit is. And like, I think that is, I mean, maybe it's our location, maybe these people exist, but
Also, though, you go on the In Rest We Trust server and you can find people in your area to
Dude,
play games against.
Find
sick plug.
gaming singles
It's
in your
true.
area.
Yeah,
Bro,
like literally,
mad people have
we should
found-
do a little
We
ad.
should do those ads, but with the Hive Scum logo.
It would literally, I
Find
would
locals in your area.
lose my mind if someone like met like a future partner on
in Rust.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my
dude.
goodness,
If
we
that
would have
happens,
to get invited.
If that happens,
or even if
I'm
just
going.
two people, yeah.
If we're not invited to your wedding and you found your significant other in the Discord, I will fuck you
dude,
up.
it makes me so
We'll
fucking
crash your wedding.
It's stoked
Yeah.
when seeing like, especially when we started doing those regional channels.
Yep.
Just people being like, I met this person for the first time, and it's like someone we met at Adepticon. It's
Nate
like,
and Adam hanging out is
that fucking
crazy.
rules.
Yeah.
That is the sickest thing.
Oh,
And of course, they're going to get along because it's like they want the same thing out of
Legit.
gaming.
Exactly. Yeah.
something I just want to bring up. Well, I guess I don't have to bring it up. I
you
was
should
just going to
bring it
say, Adam bought 2 shirts, and he is actually today's sponsor for
Yeah.
this episode.
Kind of like
Sponsor?
Literally, yeah, he's like literally a sponsor.
Legit.
We got our first sponsor.
He
Unless we
accidentally
got-
bought 2 Hive Scum shirts, and I was like, "Oh, I'll send you your money." He's like, "No, man, just do a giveaway." So here's a fucking giveaway.
This is Knifehead Adam from
Yes.
Indiana. Okay. Because I think with
He's not from Indiana.
No, I think he is. He's from Indiana, just over the line from Chicago. I think, right?
I have his address upstairs. I don't. I would have to check it.
Yeah, dude, go
If
get
it's-
it and read it.
if
out
it's
loud.
not-
Read it out loud.
All right. If it's all right. So in the future, when you're listening, if it's not Indiana, I was gonna say you can hit me in the stomach, but I don't want that. If it's not Indiana, you can stick your tongue out at me and say,
yeah,
"Poo poo,
poo poo.
you're a little idiot."
So,
Yeah.
so for the contest, we need something that they. I liked what you said earlier, where the first person to email us with an answer to a
Yeah.
question.
and that's like
Wins.
easy. It's timestamped.
Yeah.
Boom.
Sorry
There
if
you
your
go.
computer's lagging and,
So-
and somebody else sneaks
Sorry
in there.
if you waited a day to listen to the episode.
Yeah, sucks it for you.
Yeah.
What's the question? What should we ask?
Ooh, it's got to be.
Are we gonna think one on the fly?
Yeah. All right. It's got to
like
be.
a correct, they have to send a correct answer.
Listen,
Oh,
guys, I
wow.
got it. Okay.
Oh,
what? I don't want to
What?
offend the person.
What?
Cryptid is a Hive Scum host obsessed with?
That's not a good one.
Who is-
That's an obvious answer.
Who is the host and what is
That's
the answer?
That's a fucking trick question.
Uh-oh.
Because it's not a cryptid?
It's not a fucking trick.
Oh,
There you go.
so if you heard it here,
You've offended him.
Yeah. All right. So how do we word that, though? Who,
you don't. The answer is Bigfoot is not a cryptid.
okay. How do
They just
I
said
word
that-
the question to our listeners?
Just send an email saying Gage is smelly.
There
Yeah, I
you go.
think maybe that's. I think
That's
maybe
it.
that's not the route we should
You
go
can
with the
cut-
question.
yeah.
Then, if you can't think of one,
Yeah. No, I was just saying, email us saying Phil and Bigfoot, but I don't know how to ask the question, Jeopardy style.
Oh, what is-
BB?
which
Yeah, you got to give him a Phil fact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about the turtle thing we were
What
talking
about
about
turtles?
before? I don't know. We were talking about before. I
Give
don't
us a
wanna give it
Genghis
away.
Khan Phil fact.
Genghis Khan. Oh, okay. I feel like I must have said this on the pod before, but so when Genghis Khan died, I love the smile on Cece. When Genghis Khan died, he was brought out, and he was buried in an undisclosed location. And then the guys that buried him supposedly diverted a river over it.
Oh shit!
And that's apocryphal.
So buried him and then managed to divert an entire river over the gravesite so it could never be disturbed.
Over the gravesite. And then the people who did that were immediately killed by Genghis Khan's most loyal, fighters so that they couldn't reveal where he was buried. And then when those fighters returned, they were killed so that they couldn't reveal where.
Dude, that's sick.
That is one of those people that no one has any idea where Genghis Khan is buried.
I feel like that's the plot of one of the Tomb Raider games.
I mean, it might be. I think it's one of my coolest. I'm fucking obsessed with.
So what are they emailing?
Oh, what? What's that?
You should email which Tomb Raider that is the plot of.
What was Phil's Phil fact for this episode? If you can tell us Phil's Phil fact for this episode, you win.
Just talk about how was Genghis Khan buried?
Yeah.
Well, it's really stupid though because we're literally telling you the answer and then immediately. No, this should be some trivia shit.
Yeah.
That's why I like mine.
What was yours?
It's not real trivia.
Yeah, both of these. All right, so none of these have been questions. One is Phil likes Bigfoot, and then the other one is what's fact about Genghis Khan. All right, how about this?
We're keeping the
What is the 43rd state to join the Union?
There we go. I like that one.
Yep,
that's a good one.
I don't know what it is, but we're certainly going to look it up.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't take guesses now because we'll probably give it away.
Don't take guesses now.
All right. Well, then we should just move on to questions of the Hive really quick so we don't accidentally spoil our own question by wondering which one it is because Phil is currently Googling
I have the answer. I'm not going to tell you.
No, he's going to tell you if we don't move on quickly.
Well, actually, I can tell you because it doesn't matter now.
Wait, why?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, don't tell him. It's going to spoil.
Here's a hint.
Spot.
Oh, I'm telling you.
It is a state that fucking has Bigfoot and is pretty important in the Bigfoot world.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say it, and I want you to bleep it out. It was.
Oh, man, nice.
Now you got to go back and find this.
Yeah, great. Listen, don't worry. I'll listen to the whole thing through. But anyways, we are going to move on to questions.
You want me to just read them because I got them here, or do you want to read them?
Yeah, you can read them. That's fine. That would work. I saw that you separated them.
How many should we do?
Do like the... We'll see how much...
One has to be asked.
Yeah, we'll see how many we can get to, but let's start with the one that has to be asked, and then we'll just go for, because we've been recording for like an hour and like 20 minutes or something, so.
Okay. All right. No. Did someone delete my mom's question? I just want to say hi, Mom. You're listening. Thanks for liking the podcast. She says
thanks for listening, Mama.
She loves listening to us. Anyway. So, first one. From Mordheim Bill. What is your favorite Magic the Gathering block of Magic the Gathering? Or, if you don't have a favorite block, what is your favorite set overall? I don't know how this made this into the top questions, but...
No, I mean, it's a good question, but...
I feel like we could talk about Magic on this podcast more than we do.
Totally.
Because it's funny, because I have the least amount to say about Magic. No, I'm good. No CZ for me. But seems like a lot of our listeners and a lot of people on the Discord are all MTG heads. So I don't think it's something we have to avoid talking about. My answer for this, I have a very surface level knowledge and experience with Magic. I am anathema to card games. I don't know what it is, whether it's a tactile thing or what, but I'm really bad at not just learning card games, but also something about it. Like it's hard for me to care. I don't know what it is.
No, I hear you.
But anyways, I
totally understand.
I play a little bit of Magic. My favorite setting is Ikoria, the one with the big stupid monsters.
Was that
mutate?
Oh, cool. I was using the bathroom. What was the question?
It was
Fucking
Bill's
Steve.
Bill's question about
Steve read it too quick. Fucking Gage going to the bathroom.
Yeah, Bill
Favorite
Ford.
Magic the Gathering block or set?
Thank you. Mouthful of cupcake,
mouthful
Steve.
Steve.
And your favorite set is Ikoria.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah. That's my answer.
That's a dinosaur one?
No, it's
Godzilla Kaiju one.
Oh, sick.
That's one that has like cat, dragon, monsters. The ones where like I think the mechanic is they can like
mutate,
fuse together or some shit.
Okay.
Magic's most hated mechanic.
Companion was, I thought, the most hated mechanic.
No.
And for the record, I have
cool.
never played that. I just like the card art. The only thing I play in Magic is Minotaurs. Minotaur deck.
So cool.
Oh, that's a good deck, though. I like that deck.
So loud.
Yeah, some loud chippies.
Use the bowl.
Yeah, use the bowl, you filthy animal. What about you, Gage? What would your set be while Steve's pouring the chips
Waiting
out?
for Steve to throw this bag away. Phil, I have a mutate deck if you ever want to play it. I made sure to use all of the best mutate cards.
Is it difficult to learn?
Not at all.
No.
Well,
I'm pretty learning disabled.
Steve, you can't eat those.
It's so loud.
My bad.
Oh, people love to hear chewing, though.
Yeah. My favorite Magic set. Are we going with lore? Or
I've heard you.
mechanics?
I have heard you answer this before. Anyway,
Magic
so.
lore is fake bullshit anyway.
That's
All lore is.
all lore is fake, bro. Old world's not gonna fuck you, Steve. All right, lore is
Wow.
fake.
Listen, don't crush this man's
That's
hopes
true.
and dreams.
Can someone please answer and stop being silly?
All right. Anyway, Gage, what's your favorite Magic set?
If we're going from lore,
The lore Magic is fake.
I would have to say probably Gate Crash.
Nice, dude.
It's a good set.
That's only because like that's kind of when I really got into it. Like my first time buying my own packs, not when I was a kid getting fed packs from a cousin or something. If we're going from mechanics, ooh, I don't know. Dude, I might say Gate Crash again. Like that whole block was sick. Dragon's Maze.
That would be mine.
They
I heard
reprinted
you
all the
say.
duels.
I heard you say Phyrexia in the past.
Oh,
so
see, that's a good one, too.
I love Infect. I've been like kind of called the Infect guy.
Gross.
You play Skitherix. That's what happened.
Skitherix is definitely my favorite commander, next to Thromok. But Plane Chase. So I mean, if we're really getting into the fucking weeds here, Plane Chase is my favorite format to play, and my favorite lore. So I don't know. It's like multiverse.
I think
bullshit.
Plane Chase is.
I think
silly.
you can get.
Yeah.
It is silly.
It's
I
very
think you
silly.
can get as into this as you want because there's Magic is so multifaceted.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I know Terry is a huge fan of the Multiverses Beyond. I just picked up the Lord of the Rings set yesterday. I got a pre-release.
Fucking nerd.
I hung out with a guy all weekend at this wedding, and great dude. Like, it was a really, really great guy, but he was so hyped. He had just gotten into Magic, like fresh, just getting into it, playing on Arena, and like, he's so stoked about the Lord of the Rings set. And I like, obviously, it was just like, yeah, man, that sounds really cool. Like, you know, I'm glad that you're into it. Like, that sounds great. And like, of course, I love the Lord of the Rings and all that. But like, dude, is Hasbro and these freaking like,
They
their
got these
sets.
people in a vice, dude.
Oh, man, it is like so silly. I always make jokes about like, oh, okay, the Fortnite set, the Travis Scott set, the
People
Grimace's
getting-
Happy Birthday set.
But the
Happy
people
birthday,
that get
Grimace.
Happy
excited
birthday,
about
Grimace.
it is the crazy thing. Like you're excited about the Lord of the Rings set.
So
I think the problem there is that Magic's strength is not its IP.
No,
So they
it's
have
not.
to keep bringing other shit in.
it was, but it never mattered enough for them to.
yeah.
It could have been their strength if they had put the work into making it not so.
They got to the
convoluted.
point where they were doing 5th edition tie-ins for D&D.
Yeah.
And that was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the books for that is fucking awesome. Playing like literally, you're a party.
Ravnica.
You're a party going up against
played it.
Borborygmos. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
And I had raised an eyebrow even when they were doing the D&D tie-ins, where I was just like, "Oh, this is gonna be a little bit corny."
Right.
And even at the time, I probably was like, "Oh, it might be like kind of a slippery slope." And now it's like, okay, we got Walking Dead, Secret Lair, we got what's
The
Stranger
Rick Grimes
Things.
deck.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, I'm playing my
Warhammer
cool Rick
40K.
Grimes Warhammer 40K things and stuff, and it's just like, oh my god, like. at what point does it become so convoluted and corny that it's like, part of the reason I loved Magic was I also started playing during Ravnica block, and that was probably my favorite block, and playing goblins and just picking up like the starter. I don't even know. It wasn't a commander deck. It was like the starter box of like it had Krenko Mob Boss on the front.
Was it the dual deck? Goblins versus Angels?
Probably.
No,
No, because Siege Gang Commander, I think, is on the front of that.
But I don't know. But it had the
Krenko.
Karl Kopinski art of Krenko Mob Boss, and it was just like the coolest art. And I made like the worst goblin deck out of it. And I had so much fun playing it and imagining my goblins playing against other people's angels. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to somebody's house and I'm going to pull out my goblin commander deck and I'm going to be playing against Rick Grimes deck.
Yes.
Or like
which
playing
is
something.
fucking ruining the meta.
Yeah, Inquisitor Eisenhorn deck. And I'm like, this is so, or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like,
school with Rocco, sorry.
I'm going to be like so freaking, it's just like it takes it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
agreed
okay, what
with
is this
that to
Happy
a
Meal
certain
shit?
extent. I say I wish they would have just stuck with fantasy. Which
Yeah, if they didn't jump the shark too much, like I think it would've
like
been
if it was
fine.
only the Lord of the Rings tie-in, I would have been like, hell yeah,
Totally.
cool.
Or once a year, maybe.
Right.
Once a year.
Very special
Not a
thing.
set.
They
just
also-
a Secret Lairs.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not for me. Secret Lairs I can live with.
Right.
Full commander decks though, or like full sets of something.
Yeah.
No.
The thing everyone lost their fucking mind about the Walking Dead ones
Yeah.
because they don't fit at all.
Oh,
and
it's so silly.
I agree. That's fine. But what they said they were going to do, which they just didn't, they only did it for the Stranger Things one. They said, don't worry, we're going to reprint these cards as fantasy, like Magic cards. So Rick Grimes would be like a different fucking card with the same mechanics,
But
different
they
art.
didn't do that.
They only did it for Stranger Things, and they just haven't done it for everything else. Because now they're loopholing what they said by saying the Lord of the Rings set is an adjacent Commander product. It's not actually part of the Magic thing, so they technically don't have to do that.
And that's why they can reprint Caracas.
Yeah.
And if like, I don't want to, this is like a personal opinion too. If like this guy this weekend who was so stoked on the Lord of the Rings, like it was actually really heartwarming, and it reminded me of when I was first getting into Magic the Gathering and how excited I was about the cards and the art and finding these artists and stuff. And he was just as excited about like, Post Malone wanting to buy the One Ring to rule them all and offering $1 million. And he was really stoked to tell me all this stuff. And I was like, dude, good on you. Like, that's super cool. That
I need
like,
you
you're
to
so
know.
into that.
The bidding is up to like $6 million now. Not even from Post Malone.
It's just,
Yeah. Well,
it's an interesting world we're in right now when it
I-
comes to nerd.
that's
IP.
a total other fucking debacle.
I just need to say, I hope a 7-year-old kid opens the One Ring and fucking rubs it into the ground on the playground without a sleeve.
Do you ever
playing
see
Magic with
those?
his friends.
Do you ever
That
see
kid'll
like
be
the
a
original
hero.
Grand Tours?
Yes.
Like the
Yeah.
fucking YouTube, or like they're on YouTube now, videos. They're playing, like they're practicing like on pavement outside unsleeved. Like ball lightning fucking dragging on the concrete.
It's just
That's what that 7-year-old kid's gonna do with the $7 million One Ring card.
I fucking hope so.
and there's also been like an uptick, I think, on release schedule in general. Like they release a lot of new stuff, and it kind of it starts to make the decks very convoluted. Even though you still will always have like this card is the best at doing this one thing.
Right.
I don't know. I sound like an old man when I'm talking about this stuff.
Old
but
man
it's
yelling
like,
at the clouds.
Yeah, it's just like I'm glad that people are enjoying it, and I'm like stoked for them. In my opinion, it takes a lot of the immersion away from it.
I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna spawn. I mean, just like EDH was a community created fucking format. I think it's gonna spawn another thing where people are like old guy format, we'll call it, where they're like no secret layers, no universes
bullshit at
beyond.
home.
Yeah. It's gonna.
To be fair, playing Standard doesn't have any of this shit. Modern either.
Modern definitely does.
Well, people can play the cards that got reprinted in those ways.
Yeah,
but
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but some cards are adjacently put in the sets because of certain ties. Like I don't think the Warhammer ones were because they're
all I'm saying is,
Commander
you go to your
only.
regular Friday Night Magic, you're not going to have to worry about the secret layer kid playing Rick Grimes in his Standard deck.
No, I think the Lord of the Rings one is though. I might be.
So someone's going to come in playing Lurtz the Great Orakai.
Yeah, but
Damn,
not
that sucks.
Not in. I mean, Adjacently, yeah.
And when, you know what I mean? To answer the actual question, going back before I got really freaking curmudgeon-y about it, the Ravnica block holds a special spot in my heart because that's when I started playing it. But that as well, like before I was going into playing at local game stores, I was playing at the tattoo shop at Liberty Tattoo in Berlin, and
I remember messaging Drew on AOL Instant Messenger, and him being like, "Terry and I just found out this thing called Commander. Like, you should try it out." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, Standard's for me."
Yeah,
and I don't think I touched Standard after that block.
But we were all playing Innistrad block, OG Innistrad. And like flavor-wise, I fucking think that set is the coolest set.
Tree of Redemption rocks.
Dude, it's just like all the art was so fucking dark. And it still, it had that kind of digitalness to it. But it was so cohesive thematically that it felt, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Is that your...
that would be...
That's your favorite set?
I'd be like right about there. Like the set, I would have to say Ravnica because it was the most fun to play, and it was like really the first
Ravnica
one.
Return to Ravnica.
Did you answer?
No.
Steve?
Wait, old school Ravnica.
Like 95 or
No.
99
No,
Ravnica?
Gate Crash Ravnica and Dragon's Mage.
That is the second.
That is Return to Ravnica.
What was the first then Ravnica?
That's
one?
with like Termagoyf, like OG Ravnica.
Yeah, that's when I
block.
was playing Tarmogoyf. Wait. Oh, wait. No, that was
Remember the
Future
icon
Sight
is the
and
little...
That's Future Sight.
Future Sight was part of
I'm
old
sorry.
Ravnica.
I am getting my sets confused. I'm really sorry.
OG Ravnica is the fucking little crown castle icon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's OG Ravnica. That was probably 10 years ago it came out. Right?
No.
Yeah, dude.
The OG dual Shocklands.
Yeah.
Like where Shocklands
You are
originally come from.
100% correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Return to Ravnica
Wow, I
is...
totally forgot about that. Shit.
Is the one
man.
I
The old, it was Dissension, Ravnica, and something
Yep.
else. I can't think of the other
You
one.
are 100% correct. Yeah, so Return to Ravnica. Damn, dude, I completely forgot. And dude, I always remember like the old dual land art. I was always like, it's so much cooler. Like the old Godless Shrine art. I was like, this is the fucking coolest.
The old breeding pool is the sickest art.
Oh, dude.
I don't want to flex for anyone here,
Oh, great.
but
Great guys.
someone on this podcast does have a Guru Land.
Yes, they do.
I'm not gonna name any names, but
He does.
someone was bought one by the guys,
By the beautiful.
By the
by
guys.
the boys.
The men in my life.
I luckily was able to cash in much later on that. I didn't set that up at all, but
Drew set that up.
Drew set that up.
The boy.
Were you
boys
in on
my
that?
life.
Yeah,
Oh, because
I
Drew
found
just
out
asked
about
me
it.
and then never said anything about it.
found out about it the day before, and I went absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was during my bachelor party.
Dude,
I had walked out to do
We
something.
got you with that. I was so
I
hyped
was
to
so
slide that under there.
confused.
Terry, what's that card you left under there?
Yeah, no, so you guys sleeved it and put it under his playmat.
Yeah.
So he was just like, "Wait, what?"
I thought somebody was fucking with me,
what?
like trying to like make a joke, like it was going to be. I don't know. We have a bunch of blood moon jokes, so I figured it was going to be like a blood moon or
Well,
something.
and we
under
always
there.
joked about you getting Guru Links
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and I really liked them. I mean, I was like a super big fan.
And then seeing Drew come over and like kind of grab you by the shoulders and shake you, and you're like, "Wait, this is a real Guru Land?" And like you just dropped it, and we're like,
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was
Now
like,
it's in your Goblin deck.
it took me a while to figure out what the fuck I was even looking at. I was like, wait a second, really? Like, I don't know.
I
It's
remember
still kinda
distinctly
surreal.
you going, "Shut the fuck up! No way, no way!" Maybe 12 times.
Dude, it's still to this day, it feels fucking weird. But yeah, now it's just sleeved up in an EDH deck.
As it should be.
As it fucking should be. It's
I
in my
wish-
Goblins deck.
That's it. Terry's gonna pull the One Ring.
Dude, I hope so.
I'll fucking wipe my ass with it.
See, like I still regret buying the Ancestral Recall only because I didn't buy a Time Twister instead.
Well, what are you
Because
gonna
then I
do?
could have put it in my blue deck.
What are you gonna do?
Fucking sell it and buy a Time Twister.
I mean, nobody uses Time Twister either, so
Why not?
just because it's not banned doesn't make it good.
Yeah, Steve. What's the next question? We're losing Phil. Phil's the least of our MTG heads.
This guy's going crazy with the fondue.
You
pot.
got any sound on this? Put a little
No,
sound
no, I
on-
don't have any.
Oh, no sound on the guy with his fondue pot.
My mom sent me this the other day.
That's so cool.
I've never had fondue.
This looks dangerous.
Fondue?
I don't think that's warmed up enough.
Yeah. I think
All right, we got to stop him. My favorite set is probably the original Mirrodin because that's when I started playing Modern.
Steve.
And my favorite mechanic is probably Fate Seal.
Nice. Were you upset when Mirrodin was eaten?
I don't follow the lore.
Oh,
He doesn't like. He's the first person to say the lore is bad. Steve, sorry, I didn't mean to skip you
it's
completely.
okay.
I saw
New
Phil
Phyrexia,
getting
bro.
What?
New Phyrexia.
Is that what happened at the end of New Phyrexia?
The whole set is then
That's
eating
why they
Mirrodin.
needed
brother.
the new one.
I opened so many boxes of New Phyrexia.
When Levi and I got like our first big boy jobs,
Yeah.
we bought 2 boxes each.
Well, I
We
opened
were like, this is what we need to do. We're adults now, so what do? We buy magic boxes.
I opened
It
4 cases
Oh my god!
of that block. Not just that set, that block.
That's bad behavior.
Yeah,
It's bad behavior, and I'm leaving that in there because whatever
found
nefarious,
yeah, we found
We
this.
found it.
whatever
what's the next question?
nefarious purposes you went through to get these cases, I want it on record.
I plead the fifth.
Next question.
Yes.
What
forward
is
final.
your favorite video game of all time? From our boy Adam, aka Ashen Champion on Instagram, aka Knifehead.
I don't fucking know. That's a crazy question.
That's what I said. Terry put it in here anyway.
I think it's
though.
good, and I figured you gamers would like it the best. Now I have a silly. answer
All right.
for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Terry, you
Motorstorm.
answer.
We got it. Motorstorm.
Oh, actually, that's even funnier. I wasn't going to say that.
I know what Terry's
so,
gonna say.
Do you? Because it's a weird one that has like made it. So I really liked PS2 Mark Echo's Getting Up.
Oh, that's
It
not what I
was
thought.
a graffiti-based, like kind of Tony Hawk sort
It's
of
like
game.
Jet Grind Radio. This sounds like a
In a
bootleg
way,
Jet
yeah.
Grind Radio.
But it was more like realistic in a way. Mark Echo had like a lot of design choices around it. I watched like a documentary the other day on it. He had a lot of design choices when it came to the game, and he didn't want it to be like real goofy, big freaking like
Yeah.
goofy looking people. He wanted it to be more realistic. But the game mechanics are like super cool. It runs on like the Def Jam engine, so there's a lot of like
That
kicking and
rocks.
fighting and like weird big punches and like
Death
you
Jam
know.
Vendetta rocked.
Yeah,
Great game.
So I think it runs on the same battle or combat engine that runs on.
I thought you were going to say Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, but that's also Toe Jam and Earl is very.
I know that's a way back for you and your brother.
but it was super important just for like opening my eyes to like what video games could be. And I'm not a huge video gamer, but like that was
Yeah, you've
was
said this
very-
before. You just straight up didn't have consoles. Like,
until I got a PS2. So I had consoles like I don't know, but I never was an NES like Sega guy or anything.
Right.
Oh no, you know what? I
Yeah,
had a
I only
Sega.
ever
I
had,
got it
like,
on sale.
you peaked at like PS2, and then like
I played a little PS3. I loved like Grand Theft Auto games and
Yeah,
stuff. You
yeah.
know, kind of the classic,
Yeah.
like what I love Call of Duty,
Terry's
Modern
fucking
Warfare,
basic,
but
is-
it was
he's trying to
super-
say.
literally super basic when it comes to video games. I don't have like a lot of cool.
I have a screenshot of a text from you at some point that were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
maybe-
sold Terry a PS4. Have you ever
Yeah.
turned it on?
A couple of times. I played Mad Max for one time.
Yeah.
Not a
Which
bad
is very
game.
good. A very cool game, but what were you saying?
I have a text from you that straight up says, it's like probably like fucking 8 years ago you said this to me. You were just like, yo, come over and play Champions of Norath this
Yo,
weekend.
game rocks. Yo, shout out.
You know what?
Justin Joslin does not listen to this podcast, but Justin and me used to fucking play that game.
Those
Fuck yeah.
games were huge. All,
Perfect.
Champions games and
Yeah.
Baldur's Gates. The
Yeah.
Dark Alliance games were
Yeah.
huge,
Big.
huge for me. Man, dude, now that you're digging, it's like, wow, there are like a lot of video games that like I could probably say were my favorites. Because Baldur's Gate was the first kind of game that we got for the PS2.
Dark Alliance?
Yeah, Dark Alliance
Yeah.
1.
Well, because there is a Baldur's Gate. Like,
I know. I never played that.
It is very different, though.
Yes.
That's
That's
like a
why I wanted to
Diablo
make that
game
distinction. Yeah.
But it was so, and I like probably that beginning basement sewer rat level is
Yep.
ingrained so deeply in
Yep.
my brain. I could probably do it in my sleep.
That's my trouble with this question is there is so many different ways to answer this. There's so many possible answers for me because there's so many games.
What is one that you, no matter what, you can revisit and have the most fun with?
Yeah,
I would say that is like your-
that's
I don't-
even hard
I don't
'cause I have a
revisit
lot of
shit.
games. I have a hard time with like nostalgia though and stuff like that because like
yeah. I know.
I
I,
watched
know
the
what your
sa-
answer is.
no you don't.
I guarantee.
I guarantee you don't.
I'll say it, and you'll go, "Oh fuck, yeah, probably."
Say it.
Morrowind.
It's good. It's not. The thing is, that's a game that you can always revisit.
But that's
But
my
like
point,
I have like a fucking mental disorder where I can revisit some. I watch hackers every week.
Yeah.
I watched
really
Hackers 2
perfect
nights
movie.
ago.
Right.
I could recite that movie without it playing.
Right.
And there's games that I can always revisit, and I will always feel not the magic of first time playing it, but I can feel like this game did something in my life.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Red Alert, Red Alert 2,
Yep.
Nox, Morrowind. I mean, Halo 2. Like there are so
a lot
many
of
games.
Westwood Studios here.
Have you seen the documentary?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it fucking rocks. It's on YouTube. Everyone should go out and watch the Westwood Studios.
I saw the clip from the dude who plays Kane, who's just like,
He rocks
yeah,
too.
he's
That guy's
just like, yeah,
You
this was random and I love it.
think about how many people were in. James Earl Jones was in the cinematics for Command and Conquer. Like
That's sick.
what?
that's
Who's
crazy.
fuck the guy who played it? What's his fucking name?
Which version?
Old
OG.
one.
Tim Curry.
Yeah,
Tim
it's
Curry.
very-
He's in it.
Yep.
He plays the fucking
He's
the
the
premier
best.
of
He's so
Russia,
good.
right?
Yeah, like the general guy.
Yeah. I mean, Westwood. Yeah, they did a lot.
Real quick, fun little Command and Conquer story. I was like probably 9 when this happened. I was just starting to learn like PC gaming from my neighbor and shit. I remember at a Christmas Eve at my great aunt's house, my second cousin, third cousin, whatever, had Command and Conquer, and I looked up a cheat on the dial-up, and it was like how to get 1 million credits in Red Alert. And it was like go to System 32 and press delete.
Did you fall for
No,
it?
it didn't work, dude. Don't worry. No, I mean the cheat didn't work. I tried it. And that started my lifelong career of wanting to be the master at technology,
That's so
knowing that I
good.
just destroyed my aunt's computer that day.
I love that. That's amazing.
But even stuff like I played so many games, like Sims. I played so much
Oh, yeah.
fucking Sims.
Yeah.
Roller Coaster Tycoon, like all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, man, yeah. But I mean, Morrowind is probably an all-encompassing thing.
Yeah.
With just as far as like hours put into games, like I
Yeah,
probably had
right.
2,000 hours in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil, what about you?
I don't know. Like if you're, so what I like the most in a game, what I like in all of my media is I like a big lived-in world to get lost in.
Yeah, you're a big Souls head.
I do like Souls games. Any big open world RPG. Although like people go crazy about RP or open world fatigue, like not me, man.
Yeah.
I don't. To me, exploring is it's a more noble pursuit than seeing the credits. You know,
You mean
Yeah.
open world fatigue in a way that's just too big?
people are
get
just
tired
like,
of it.
this takes too many hours to beat. Which sometimes if I fall off the horse of a game, I'll just like never get back on because I won't remember what I was doing.
I have that issue with
But-
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is a very, very, very good game.
Game fucking rocks.
Yeah, that's one of the best like recent.
That's the black and white one.
It has a black and white mode.
Yeah.
but it's like literally just a Kurosawa simulator. It's red.
Right,
It's
right.
it's like
Oh,
it's
really?
like a Red Dead Redemption except samurais.
But it's from software, right? Who did that?
No.
No. You're thinking
Sekiro.
Sekiro, yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima
Whoa,
is.
this sounds
I don't
fucking
remember the
cool.
name of the.
We can boot it up after. It's fucking
but like, have you
beautiful.
played like a Red Dead Redemption game?
Yeah.
It's just like an open world,
Totally.
live your life, except you're a samurai instead of a cowboy or like a Grand Theft Auto thing.
You're trying to
Yeah.
avenge and like
Every
save your
there's like
uncle.
a
Fucking cool.
there's an awesome dramatic story. It has a fantastic ending, but every little side quest is like a neatly contained story. They're not boring fetch quests. Like every single thing is like an homage to like samurai cinema. Like it has all the like
So
character tropes, like all your little NPC buddies,
Yeah.
like are all just like total like. Like the little wily little
Yeah.
merchant guy who's just got like his bag full of crap on his back and is always procuring stuff for you.
But you'll just be like riding your horse and go by a house, and some guy will come outside and be like, "Help! Oh, my wife! We've been
my wife."
attacked! Like all of our food's been stolen." And then you like
Kill
go
him.
to the house, and there's like a bunch of bandits there, and you
You find out the guy was actually a bandit and he was sending you to a trap.
yeah, like shit like that is
Yeah.
all over the game.
Yeah, no. So all right. So, anyways, I don't know. I literally cannot pull a favorite. Things that come to mind are, the Metal Gear series. Has always really resonated with me.
Because it's based on real life.
It's based on real life. I don't know. It's so funny. The game that I definitely have the most hours in is World of Warcraft, but I don't even like it. It's just a big world that exists that you can explore. So I've just like passively put so many hours into it.
Did you hit max level?
Yeah.
Well,
I've rated almost every class except for priest and warlock.
It's so crazy because I have this like image in my head.
I'm not a big caster guy.
Of you playing World of Warcraft at the same level as like Keith.
Oh, you just like playing a game for a decade and never getting past like level 40 and just like running around killing boars.
You play it like maybe once a week.
No,
for,
I've
like
been
3
like
hours.
I've never like I've never at like Gage level of like rating, but I used to I was the melee DPS team lead in Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, here's a good Phil hot take. You know what series rocks is the Assassin's Creed series. I know that's such like a funny.
The first 2 are fucking sick.
Listen, there's a reason there's 15 fucking games.
Well,
They're
because
good.
it's a game that like it's a series. The premise is like kind of stupid. Like the overarching story is kind of stupid.
Yes.
But if you're a fucking history freak and you want to just go like role play somewhere in history, it's so goddamn good.
Do you know
last one I was
the story
playing,
of the Notre Dame?
What's that?
The I might be really fucking this up right now. Notre Dame got burnt down, or not burnt
The
down.
cathedral, yeah.
Yes.
Notre Dame.
It's heavily fire damaged. Yeah.
Nobody had the fucking like plans for it. They didn't know how to rebuild it.
So they just had to like scan the
Assassin's Creed is the only one that had the most 3D.
There's also
There's
also some story about like some handicapped person got lost in Florence and they found they were like on vacation with their family, like a handicapped person, and they like found their way back because they had just like played so much like
I love that.
Assassin's Creed.
Dude,
But anyways, the most recent one where you are a Viking in England during the Danelaw, which is it's like that's like the coolest thing that you could be like role playing as historically. It's so
the
sick.
pirate one was very.
That's
sick.
what I was gonna say. Like the Master Commander one seemed very cool. But dude,
I got open world fatigue from that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of fell off when I made it into Wales in the last Assassin's Creed. I find it hard to pick back up just because I can't remember what I'm doing. But
that thing in video games though, when you know an area just from playing the video game and then you go there, like playing Fallout 4 and being like, oh, I went here in a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like, we live in Massachusetts, but like going to Salem and be like, I remember going to that church. Like, I have a very silly photo of me in front of the Salem Witch Church and then my screenshot of my guy in the same pose and position in front of it.
Amazing.
I think for a lot of people, their favorite Final Fantasy game is the one that they think is the GOAT. It's their favorite one. Yeah. Is that the first one that you ever played?
Interesting take. You're wearing a Final Fantasy Tactics shirt as we speak, Steven.
Tactics is
it the first one that you played?
It's the first one that I played myself, because I would watch my brother play.
Yeah, I watched other people play, but then the first one I played myself is 10. 10 will
10
always be very special to me.
It's the only one I played the most of, but that series never really grabbed a hold of me other than 6/3.
Yeah, no, it's something I've outgrown, and like I don't really care that much for JRPGs anymore, but that it's it's one of those like sense memory things, like think about just like little like the Dagmar Krug little like piano soundtrack to Final Fantasy X. It's like super dramatic. It was the first Final Fantasy game with voice acting, so there's a lot of that. Yeah, I'll just ramble about video games forever.
Dude, it's kind of a more complicated question than I would even have imagined.
That's what I said.
It's pretty good though. Now, I feel like it's probably the hardest out of any of us for you to answer.
Nope.
If I had to guess, because you've been guessing,
it's World of Warcraft.
Diablo 2.
So I have 3.
Oh, okay, all right.
We can have a list.
Hold on. I would have made a list. Steve, I just named like 6 games,
and you also did too.
I would have tiered a list though if I knew.
And I honestly gave mine, and the one I gave originally, like after naming Baldur's Gate, I'm like, okay, Mark Echo's Getting Up probably isn't up there anymore because there's other ones.
Mine are the 3 most like visited genres for me. World of Warcraft. I've literally played since beta. I still have File Planet screenshots. My life has been ruined and permanently altered since 2003. I've met 40 people from my guild in real life because of this, and like 4 of those dudes are like some of my closest friends of all time, so I can't really discredit.
My guild leader died.
Okay.
I think he was old.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Happy birthday, Grimace.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day.
birthday, Grimace. So that being said, that game definitely holds something special to me. The newest expansion definitely doesn't, but I think that's just a count of me becoming a fucking grown-ass person with responsibilities.
Well, you were deep in.
So yeah, I mean, we were pushing
dumb.
for a top 500 guild for a couple years. We technically have a world 12th kill in heroic. I know people are going to be like, "Whoa, cool! It's not
What
mythic."
does World 12 kill mean?
We were the
12th
12th guild in the world to
Oh.
kill Archimond on heroic
Gotcha.
difficulty. But I mean, yeah, World of Warcraft definitely would have to probably be my most played game. I don't know; it's not my favorite. Diablo as a series is probably my answer. But Unreal Tournament 2004.
Yo. PC repair class in fucking high school, my guy.
That game, I think that's the game that shaped me as like the pushes up glasses nerd gamer forever. Levi and I traveling across the fucking New England to go to tournaments to play, winning a computer, processor, fucking laptop cooler, like joining the LAN Party Association of New England. My neighbor teaching me, like literally putting me in my career path of technology, all because of a fucking team deathmatch game. Like, I love Unreal Tournament.
I know nothing about Unreal Tournament.
Bro,
Zero
dude.
about it. I don't even know.
Is
There's-
Unreal Engine related to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a
That was Unreal 2, technically, was 2004, I believe, or 3. So I'm going to get fucking blasted for that. But Unreal Tournament technically doesn't exist anymore. It's free on the latest engine, but nobody fucking plays. It's just kind of like a tech demo for people to be like, I made this old shitty game in Unreal Engine and check it out. It's just all...
an engine to create new stuff.
yeah.
Gary's mod.
Which
Yeah.
is kind of sick, though. Gary, dude, I have a lot of hours in games.
Same.
Half-Life
Same.
actually would probably be
Yeah,
in my top
yeah.
3.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
it's funny. I was
going
gonna assume that Half-Life was yours.
Wow, I
'cause
forgot all
you've
about it.
spoken about Half-Life very warmly.
my God.
See, that's...
Gordon!
Half-Life 2 and Unreal
Gordon.
Tournament, to me, are at the same fucking time. Like, like
They
I said,
overlap so much.
my neighbor teaching me everything I know. I posted his catalog in the fucking Discord the other day. That dude is a gamer for fucking sure. He had a handwritten letter from Steam inviting them to join the platform, being like, "Hey, we're trying this thing out. It's called Steam. We noticed you have a lot of purchased games and registered with us through Valve. If you would like to join it, here's the code."
That's so
He's got it
sick.
fucking framed next to his computer. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, but I mean, I could recite when you're on the train in Half-Life 2, "Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Pick up that can.
I've been
There's so much
replaying
shit,
it
yeah.
on the Steam Deck. That's my Steam Deck game. Like,
Yeah.
That's all I've been playing on my Steam Deck.
but I mean, yeah, going back to Diablo, there's Diablo 2 was the exploratory game for me growing up. Just going to random areas and being like, clicking a book, and it's like, "The Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 1,000 virgins," and being like, "Oh, what is this? I need to learn everything I can about this."
Den of Evil.
Yeah. And then losing my level 78 hardcore character because my aunt called and our dial-up internet.
Kill her.
Yeah.
I am a Kara.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. Diablo fucking rocks.
What's your favorite Diablo?
Dude, 4 is so good. And I don't
Shut
want
the fuck
I don't want to
up.
rub it in, but Steve, it is.
What is your favorite Diablo?
You think 4 is that good that it could be your favorite?
I'm talking story, gameplay, replayability.
So Steve is saying you can't pick 4.
No, I'm saying all of
It
them.
might be 4.
Because 3 is not even in the top 4.
Listen, I love 3.
I would put LOD over.
Listen.
Like, you know what I mean?
3, I have 18 seasons, I think. I ranked in the top 500 for Barbarian season. Leapquake build. Get at me, anyone that loves Leapquake. 3 is excellent. The story is good.
It's not.
You can play it once, though, and you're good.
Yes.
I will say that you're good. It did so much for world building, though, and because of that, 4, I think 4 might be better than 2.
I have so much I want to talk to you about Diablo
2
and why 3 is fucked up, but I feel like I can't punish everyone.
Yeah,
The
no.
only thing I'm going to say is 3 is bullshit because you are a backseat character to a game.
Yes.
Not like 2. You're not driving the motive. You're not driving the narrative. You are just watching a story unfold.
You are straight. Yeah. I mean, that's like the story of it. And then 4 kind of remedies that. I don't want to spoil it, but
good because I'm not going to fucking play it for another 3 months.
2, I think nostalgia factor would be the best one. 4, as far as replayability, the game, everything. It takes so much from 2.
How much 2 did you play?
A lot. Like, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your highest level?
What do you mean?
Name
Like
your
ladders?
hit
Fucking
99.
gatekeeping.
I know. Name your
No,
three.
I'm literally just asking.
I have a 99.
Gatekeeping Gage.
You
Name
have a
3
99.
songs.
I have a 99.
You fucking
Name
nerd.
your
in
favorite album.
Resurrected.
Oh.
Name your favorite album.
Yeah, top 3
Well,
songs.
I just remember getting 99 back in the day was like
Works
a fucking
leg.
feet of legend. Like it
Yeah.
took
No,
as long
so
to hit fucking 99 as it did all the way to 98. Like
I love hardcore. Hardcore was always my favorite way to play because, so fun fact about me getting into Diablo, the day it launched, I think it was the day after technically, we're at Walmart and I pick up the game and I'm like, Mom, I love this game. I played the shit out of the first one. Obviously I'm young, so I'm not saying the shit out of it.
Fucking
but-
love this game, Mom.
I'm like,
It's
Mom, I
so
love this game.
so
I
sick."
need to play it. And she's like, okay, yeah, your grades have been good, sure. So she buys it for me. I go home, I install it. I've never played the first one. I don't know anything about this game.
You
It has
lied
this,
to your own mom.
It had, yeah, absolutely.
This is what they were talking about when they wanted to ban these video games.
Yeah.
It's like you turning kids into
But it had this
bad
sick.
kids.
It had this sick scroll on it, and you're like, I'm buying this game. I need to play. 78 was the highest I got until probably after high school. I lost my hardcore character because we were on dial-up internet, and I never played it again until way later when I was like, oh, let's check out this ancient game, Diablo 2.
78 on hardcore is not a fucking thing to scoff at.
But I was the guy that's just going around killing a mob and then logging out because I'm scared.
You fucking loser.
I mean, I was 13. But yeah, it steals so much from 2. I think 4 would have to be my pick.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it. On that note, we have one last question,
Ooh,
and then we're
that
going to
would be a
go.
good one.
Let's go.
This question comes from good buddy Trey, a.k.a. The Basilisk.
AKA I.
Correct. I have a very serious question for the pod. What would win in a fight to the death? A grizzly bear, male, or a silverback gorilla? They are both going 100% beast mode. He specifically requested this question be answered, and there is a right answer, he said.
Now, if anybody is able
I
to
do not
answer
have
this
the
question-
answer. I do not have the answer.
If anybody is able to answer this question,
We should go.
I
I think he knows the answer.
don't.
That wasn't Trey, by the way.
Oh. Scratch that.
nope.
Who is it?
Five-header asked that question.
Oh,
I don't know who Five-Header is.
Five-header is a dude that rocks, and
Someone with a big head.
Terry and I just love him every
Yes.
episode and just talk about his. And then he just goes, "Thanks, guys."
now 5-header.
Yo, shout out
would-
Five-Header.
Here's the thing: is Trey would love to be mistaken for 5-header because I bet you Trey loves 5-header.
Yeah.
And 5-header, if you knew who Trey was, which you knew from the internet,
Yeah.
you guys have talked briefly. They are both just like geniuses. So
Yes.
it's
just
I
funny-
think it's fine.
Because I know Trey's Discord handle.
Yeah,
From like just talking.
I.
I don't know
Or
why.
it's L's, and I'm just an asshole.
Oh, could be.
Oh, it might
I
be
didn't even
L's.
think about that.
L.
Yeah, we're gonna have to delete that.
Well, we'll see.
Anyway, Five-Header asked the question.
Yes. What's this question I haven't heard before?
All right, Five-Header asks. I have a serious question for the pod. What would win in a fight to the death? A grizzly bear male or a silverback gorilla? They're both going 100% beast mode. Let's not ask Phil first, though. Let's go around because Phil probably has the answer.
He at least has the best guess, I would say, because he knows the most about animals.
I would say silverback gorilla. I think it would rip a fucking bear's head clean off.
I'm
its
gonna be
body.
real. I don't know shit about a silverback gorilla.
Me neither.
Is it just a gorilla that's silver and bigger?
I think they're
It's-
the
You don't know
biggest-
what it is?
It's like the alpha male of the.
Yeah,
jacked.
they're fucking sick.
They rock.
Congo vibes.
Bigger than grizzly bears.
I'm gonna say bear because they have fucking claws. Yeah, don't get me wrong. A gorilla's strong.
Gorillas
as
got
shit.
crazy teeth, too,
I understand. They're strong as shit. They got teeth. I feel like a claw is so much further of a reach than a fucking mouth.
They
dude.
have human hands.
They have monkey and human hands.
You really want my answer now?
Yeah.
Terry, give us your what's your input?
I would go bear too, probably, just because of the claws, I guess. But I bet you silverback is stronger than a grizzly, but I bet you the claws and the teeth are what's going to set the bear apart.
Yeah, apes are very, very densely muscled, more so than they're heavy. They're heavy for, you know what I mean? They're heavier than they look.
Yeah.
That being said, top end silverback gorilla is only about half the size of a top end grizzly bear. So I gotta go grizzly. Even forget about claws, teeth, anything. A grizzly bear at its largest, like a Kodiak, is twice the size of the largest. Heaviest gorilla ever. I just Googled it. Ever found was just shy of 600 pounds.
Oh, so that's actually
a big ass Kodiak is well over a rack.
So but they're fat. You gotta think grizzly bear is fat. Gorilla is toned
from all
fucking muscle.
Grizzly isn't fat. You don't think grizzly bears have muscle?
No, I think they have muscle. They're just not toned, not strong.
Their body fat percentage is too high.
Yeah.
That's where that extra weight's coming from, being fat.
Yeah, they got to cut.
Grizzly bears live in places with harsh winters.
Looking at that photo, what would you think?
But if you really want some fill shit.
That photo is so fucking misleading.
Here you go. So there's a lot of people who are in the know say that one of the only things that you can scare the shit out of, or will scare the shit out of grizzly is fucking Sasquatch.
Oh, really?
That's like an apocryphal.
Yes.
That's like well, I don't want to say.
But they got to be I would say that if any, Sasquatch and grizzly bear, that's they would work together.
They would work together?
Well, it's just they're sharing the same kind of environment. It's like Grizzly Man. You ever seen that documentary?
I heard a thing, or this interview with this First Nations guy somewhere up in Canada. And he's like a Sasquatch tracker type fellow. And he's talking about a large grizzly bear being caught and penned, and he walked up to the pen, and the bear was pissed, snarling at him and shit.
Totally.
And he's just I want to try something. He had planned this ahead of time. He's he put on a fucking gorilla costume and walked up to the bear enclosure, and this fucking giant grizzly bear just runs to the far side of the pen and just won't look at him.
Really? So maybe
that's apocryphal. That's a story that I've heard. But that's not the first time I've heard someone saying stuff about bears. You typically, if you've had a sighting, that means that bears are nowhere nearby, because bears give Sasquatch a wide berth.
What's the bear in the Mordheim book? Is that a grizzly bear?
I'm not sure.
I would imagine. Well, it's
the one that's holding the gun.
Yeah, it's like a carnival bear, right, or something like that.
Probably a black bear.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you too much about the bear species of Europe.
I think
European
it actually is a
brown
bear.
bear or something. Even in Mordheim,
I think that
quasi Europe.
I think that one would win over both of those. It has a gun.
I mean, he has a gun.
I feel like the European bear, I'm trying to remember exactly what it's called. I don't think it's just the brown bear. I think they have a certain, it's like how they're deer there.
Wait, what are you talking
We've
about?
had this conversation before.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening to the beginning. What was the beginning of the statement?
I think that the bears in...
This bear is fucked up looking in the Mordheim book. I know I've seen it before, but bear wins.
I don't know that. Yeah, that bear wins with the gun.
That bear definitely wins.
Hey, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
And armor.
Yeah. We were already saying the
spiked
bear
collar.
would win. Now you give the bear a gun? Then the bear's going to definitely win.
Well, so Planet of the Apes mode, the gorilla could probably use a gun as is, because he's got the fucking
Well, now
hands.
we're talking.
You think you could teach a gorilla to use a gun?
Dude, you give me a gun and a gorilla.
Dude, they taught
in 20
Amy.
minutes?
They taught Amy how to do the sign language gauntlet in Congo.
So
Yeah, there you go.
going back to our Age of Sigmar question, where we were talking about how where does the fucking end of the line go, where we just keep hacking the game to keep adding complexity.
Yeah.
That's what these arguments turn into.
But that's great.
Grizzly bear versus a silverback gorilla. Well, if you think about Planet of the Apes,
you give him a gun.
But, okay, so who would win a Planet of the Apes gorilla with a gun?
or the Mordheim bear with a gun.
Well, no, because it would definitely just kill the
Mordheim
grizzly
bear with a gun.
No way, Planet of the Apes.
Bro,
Gorilla. He's got an Uzi.
Which Planet of the Apes are we talking about? 1970s. I can
True.
see
Literally
the
all of
fucking-
them.
the guy in the mask.
The
one
gorillas
with,
have, or the apes
Is it Matt
have.
Damon? Is Matt Damon in it?
Apes have weapons in all of them.
That's true.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kevin Bacon when he's
Is it Kevin
he's in
Bacon?
the gorilla mask and he's in the Planet
Wait,
of the
which
Apes.
which level of remakes? Because there was the remake with fucking Mark Wahlberg in 2001.
Wahlberg.
But then there's the newer Apes trilogy.
Fucking
Dawn,
Apes, kid.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I'm talking Mark Wahlberg one
That's a
because
con-
that
that's a
monkey has a
continuation. That's all
fucking
canon.
Uzi.
What's that?
That's all
Dude.
canon of the same one.
That's
Really?
really cool.
They
Just
wanted an
sick
MCU
Mad
of Dawn of
Max
the Planet of the
apes
I mean, that's
cruising around,
That's
just fucking like dust
that's a
goggles
shared
on,
universe that I
firing
can
a
get
big
behind.
fucking machine gun from the back of a car.
I'm trying to find a picture of the monkey. Oh, dude.
The monkey with an Uzi.
The gorilla with a 9mm?
Yeah. Okay.
see?
So we have gorilla with 9mm.
Is it a photo?
Actually, you know what? Because a 9mm not super powerful. Gorilla with a 9mm or a grizzly bear.
What about this guy with an M4?
No, it's not going to do shit
A
to a
9
grizzly
isn't going
bear.
to do shit to a grizzly bear.
What about that guy?
But if it unloads the clip
Yeah. You ever see that
and
promotional?
it's still a gorilla,
That guy wins.
You ever see that? You ever see that promotional video?
oh yeah, he
for,
wins.
for Planet of the Apes.
That's like a chimp with a shotgun. I think a grizzly still beats a chimp with a shotgun.
I don't know, man.
You ever see that video?
What?
The promotional video for the Planet of the Apes,
No.
where they give a monkey a AK,
That is my favorite
What?
fucking
and
video.
so many people thought it was real.
Wait, is it like? Is it
I'm going
like,
to pull it up.
Is
We're
it
pulling
like made as a
Jamie, pull that up.
Is
See that fucking monkey with an AK?
Wait, so it's supposed to look like documentary footage?
Yeah, like found footage, but
Oh,
it's
I love that.
but they like use like a shitty camera, and it's like third world country.
it's like shaking.
Yeah,
and there's
it's like
all right, here we go. Jamie, put the mic next to
Jamie,
it.
put that up.
What are you pulling up? Oh, I've seen this.
This one is clearly edited.
No, this one's exactly how it was.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for checking out this episode of Hivescom. If you're not already a part of the community, take a look at the In Rust We Trust Discord, which you can find down in the description. If you have any further questions that you'd like to ask us, you can either ask us on our Instagrams, which are also listed below, or over at In Rust We Trust. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Until then, fam, keep it grimdark and keep it grimy. We'll catch